team at Frontier Developments, and this has been an incredible day, and I'm going to be bringing some
Hola
of the
chicos,
Frontier
¿cómo
Expo
estáis?
to you at home.
Bienvenidos,
Thank you very much
gamers.
for tuning in with us.
Hoy vamos a hacer
Twitch,
un
YouTube,
directo,
Facebook, wherever you're watching.
un especial
The next hour
de
and a half,
Frontier,
we
de
have
Directo,
really special guests
en
coming
el
on the
que
show.
vamos a
We've
ver
got
todos
astrobiologist
los
William Bates.
contenidos
We've got
que
Jack Horner,
de
paleontologist that you might know
nueva,
from Jurassic Park and
nuevos
Jurassic
juegos y lo que va a
World.
entrar.
Sorry, that was Jack Horner. Did I
Mirad,
say
aquí
Jack Horner?
tenemos,
We've got
vamos a hacer una
Brandon
pre-show,
Walker,
que es
real
esto.
engineer as well. I've got some of my favorite
Y
streaming
vamos
buddies,
a
Daz
seguir
Scott
con
Manley, Flabaliki, they're all coming on the show.
a las
So it's going to be a
5,
very exciting hour and a
contenido
half.
especial
Then at about
de
4 to
Jurassic
5,
World
we're going to switch over to the main
Evolution,
stage. And
un
we
juego
are
en el
going to
que
be
tengo
talking
yo
about
muchas
some really exciting
expectativas
things. Some
y
major,
espero que
major
se
content
cumpla,
reveals. At 5
en el que
p.m.
estará
today,
un
we've got the
paleontólogo famoso,
first ever in-game
Jack
look
Horner.
at Jurassic World Evolution. So exciting. Can I get an applause for Jurassic World Evolution, please? Yes! We also got the anniversary update for Planet Coaster and the year ahead for Elite Dangerous, so it's going to be an exciting show. Then after those content reveals, I'm going to be right back with the developers of Frontier Developments, and we're going to be talking to CEO David Raven, CCO Johnny Watts, and some of the guys from all of the games. We're going to do a little recap and talk to them about the games that they're going to be working on. But of course, a major part behind Frontier Expo, aside from the team, aside from everything that we've been working really hard towards, is the community. The community is why we do this and why we were able to do this. So thank you again so much for all of your support throughout the past years. You are the reason why we are here today. And I thought it would be really nice to open the show together with some of the faces of the Planet Coaster and Elite Dangerous communities, the ambassadors. So, hello. Wave to the camera. First ever time on camera, so diving into the deep end here. Let's introduce you guys to everyone who's watching at home. Ryan, take it away. Who are you?
Hi everyone, I'm Ambassador Shareth on Twitter, so it's very nice to meet you.
I'm Chris Sawyer. I'm
Chief Beef Belief!
Chief Beef. I'm an ambassador for Planet Coaster.
Absolutely.
I'm John, also known as Pendragon. I'm here for Elite Dangerous.
3P Music here for Planet Coaster.
Woo!
I'm Elizabeth, or Wingardium Navicoaster, and I'm here for Planet Coaster.
I'm Alec Turner. I'm here for Elite Dangerous, the Buckyballers and the Fuel Rats.
Amazing.
I'm Gareth, also known as Max Sursa, and I'm here for Elite Dangerous.
Yo, I'm Joel, Planet Coaster Ambassador, and I'm hoping that everyone has an amazing Frontier Expo.
Oh, thank you, Joel. And a big round of applause for yourselves as well. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming here today, traveling from all over the place, because we all share the same passion. We are passionate about Elite, we are passionate about Planet Coaster. We will be super passionate about Jurassic World Evolution, I'm sure. And you guys do so much for our communities. You're a big part of the respective Elite Dangerous and Planet Coaster communities. So, for example, I know that you've been with us for Gamescom, you've been with us for the 24-hour live stream.
Yes.
You are Chief Beef.
Chief Beef.
You are Chief Beef. So yeah, you do a lot of the
Hola,
mascot
Luigi.
works, am I correct?
Well,
¿Qué tal, campeón? Estamos aquí en directo
yeah,
con
I used to work at all the towers
retransmitiendo
resort doing there, and then you asked me if I wanted to be Chief Beef at
Frontier
Gamescom,
Yeah.
Expo.
which I said yes.
Studied the animation and you were...
Yeah, so the spatula moving and I'm doing that today as well.
Yeah.
Let's tell them that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind passing,
Of course.
passing the mic around again, I just wanted to ask you guys, just you, if you can just take it, yeah, if you take it, that's fine. Just wanted to ask you guys, how are you experiencing the first ever Frontier Expo?
It's an amazing opportunity, amazing experience. Everybody in this community that's coming to the expo has been absolutely amazing. The vibes in there are like a family. The vibes in there are like you see on the forums. I mean, everyone's real and real nice and accepting, and it's great. I love it. I'm having a great time.
Thank you. Yeah, Elizabeth?
I'm just surprised that there's so many new fans of Planet Coaster today.
Oh,
that I've
yeah.
seen. And like lots of new younger players. It's really exciting to see that and witness that.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's my first sort of time as an ambassador, and I have to say it's been really cool experience. You know, I've been the other side at LaveCon 2 years running, but this has just been amazing. It's such a cool setup.
Awesome, thank you.
I've done a few I've done a few general conventions, EGX, Gamescom, and a couple of others. But this is the first Frontier. Well, of course, it is the first Frontier only convention, and it is amazing just seeing the number of fans of all the work that you folks at Frontier have done.
Absolutely.
It really is incredible.
Yeah.
No,
thank you.
It's mind blowing, really.
Joel, you run the Planet Coaster, the Dutch Planet Coaster website. So how is it being here and meeting a host of new people?
It's awesome. I have no words. It's just passion, enthusiasm. It's amazing, epic.
Great. Yeah.
No other words to describe it.
No more words. That's good. Just speechless.
EGX was my first major breakthrough for being an ambassador 3 years ago. And to come here at FX17 is a very major honour for me. And to actually see faces to names on the internet is quite a big help as well. So yeah, to see everyone enjoying themselves, feeling like a family, is an honour.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. It feels like a family. So we want to, of course, bring some of that feeling to you guys at home, make everyone a part of this first ever Frontier Expo, because it's a very, very special day. You speak about honor. I would say we are honored to have you guys all here with us today. Honestly, we couldn't have done it without you and all of your hard work, your dedication, your passion. So thank you so much again for being here. Yeah, do frame them again and a round of applause again for them. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah, I really appreciate that you guys are here. And to everyone at home, the communities, you are what made this happen. So again, next hour and a half, we're going to bring some of that really cool hype to you guys as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. And next up, we're going to be talking to two very scientific YouTubers. We've got Scott Manley and Daz Valdez up next. So we'll be right back in about 30 seconds. We're just going to switch over everyone, and we'll see you right here. Don't go away.
Dentro de unos momentos estaremos en otro stand. Bueno, yo tengo que decir que tengo muchas expectativas sobre Jurassic World, un poquito sobre un poquitín sobre Planet Coaster. Es un juego que también tengo y está bastante chulo. Y pues nada, vamos a ver qué van haciendo, ¿no? Por lo menos están disfrutando de la expo, están entrando. Hablando de equipos que hemos visto antes por aquí, hablando con las personas. Bueno, ¿qué decirme? Decirme que... ¿Qué expectativa tenéis sobre Jurassic World, Elite Dangerous? Dímelo en los comentarios. Tengo muchas expectativas. Primero, ya habéis visto una pre-show, después a las 5 o 5 y media por ahí, hará un contenido especial sobre Jurassic World Evolution. Después continuaremos con Planet Coaster, en el que habrá más actualizaciones. Y después terminar con Elite Dangerous. Más actualizaciones, supongo, algún DLC, y etc. Luego una exposición y los invitados especiales. Si no recuerdo mal, habrá uno muy especial, un famoso paleontólogo, Jack Horner, que nos hablará un poco sobre los dinosaurios.
Welcome back. There I am again. And if you could just see the feed that we had from the GoPro, that is a tiny little sneak peek of Frontier Expo. And I promise you, there is over 1,000 tickets that we sold, but a lot of people are now watching. I think it's Jack Horner speaking on the main stage, so that's where everyone went. But I am joined today, right now, on the sofa by Das Valdez and Scott Manley. So hello, guys.
How's it going?
How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Great.
First of all, thank you so much for flying in all the way from the States and
San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So I hope you're not too jet lagged right now.
We're good to go. He looks jet lagged.
Yeah. The costume is giving me away.
Century,
Yeah.
nice.
Want to explain the costume to the people?
Oh, I just heard there would be a lot of pilots here, so I thought I'd dress for the role.
Absolutely amazing. So for those of you at home who do not know, Das Valdez, you are Kerbal Space Academy on Twitch?
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, and Twitter and everywhere else. So you do a lot of Kerbal Space Program, Elite Dangerous, Planet Coaster. You play all of it. So tell us a little bit about yourself for those of you who don't know.
Basically, we play video games, we have a lot of fun, but while we play the video games, we try to learn a little bit.
Yes.
There's so many different games that you can learn something from that maybe aren't specifically intended to teach you something, but you can still learn. Like you can look at the game and say, oh, Elite Dangerous, we're exploring these star systems, or Planet Coaster, look how the coaster goes down and maintains the momentum.
Exactly.
We just try to find an excuse to play video games, honestly. But we learn while we're doing it. So that's my entire thing, is trying to have fun and show
Makes you
people they
stand
can
out.
learn while playing.
Absolutely, yeah. And Scott, you do a lot of science.
I have a YouTube channel, and it started out playing video games, and then I found a lot of people were saying thanks for playing the space program, and now doing a degree in physics. So I really am turning more to more pure science, but I think there's a lot of games out there that can really teach people amazing things, give you experience with things that you.
Y bueno, vamos aquí a ver.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's what kind of ties you guys together, isn't it?
There's a theme going on.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I thought about it almost. So yeah, how have you guys been experiencing the expo? Because obviously it's our first ever Frontier Expo, so it's been a really special day for us. I know you've seen me running around like a headless chicken. So how is it for you guys? You've been with us
so fantastic.
For a while.
I mean, it's like we didn't really know what to expect when we came. We knew it was going to be good. But sort of the venue and the number of people here and the number of fans, just everything is so fantastic. It's been a really good time.
Yeah, because you've been with us for the launch event, you've done PAX and Gamescom, everything. So
absolutely.
This is our own. Is it any different for you as well?
It's cool because it's so focused, right? So it's all Frontier stuff. It's Dangerous super fans and Planet Coaster people, and all the content here is all very much Frontier. I mean, as it should be. It's different than like a PAX where you have a big mix of all sorts of different stuff. It almost makes it feel more intimate, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely to hear.
The amazing thing I think is the speakers they brought here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's like so much really good science being taught here.
I knew you would love that.
Oh my god! Like I'm actually disappointed to be missing some of these things, but I guess I'll talk to them later.
We're gonna leave to go watch the.
Oh no! Stay.
Yeah, Jack Horner and life on various astrobiology.
Were you able to catch any of the talks, or?
Yeah, but I get to talk to them backstage, of course.
Which is better. Yeah, exactly.
I seriously, this really, I mean, to me, it kind of reflects what David Braben thinks. He really loves the science, and this is kind of what he would come up with if he was putting together a show.
Definitely. And I mean, obviously, you're both very avid players of our games. So what is it about Elite and Planet Coaster that makes you come back to the games as streamers, as fans of science? What is it that draws you back in, either with Elite or Planet Coaster?
Elite just has the galaxy there. I mean, it's one of the best rendering of a real scale galaxy. Being able to get down on the surface just gives you this immersion in this universe that's fantastic. I mean, obviously sound design, graphics, everything on Elite is so good, but it's just exploring and being able to talk about these things that brings me back all the time.
Great.
One of the greatest things with Elite for me is that I can play with viewers.
Yeah.
So every time I load up Elite, everybody's like, oh, let's all get together, and they load up their tricked out anacondas and this sort of stuff, and they come around, and it's an opportunity for them to sort of teach me about the game.
Okay.
There are a lot of viewers who spend a lot more time than I have.
Absolutely.
And they come by, and all of a sudden they're parked right in front of my camera, like showing up their tricked out food. It's a really cool community sort of thing. So you go and do community goals, or go and shoot things, or go and explore. It's really a lot of fun for being able to interact even more deeply. With the community and the viewers.
Yeah. And I know that, for example, with Planet Coaster as well, you're doing this this car park thing
yes,
you've done with them. The volcano,
Yep. I like the spooky pack because the spooky pack came with the lightning.
Yeah.
So I could make my volcano more scientifically accurate. It did.
Yeah. Get that convection
there we
going
go.
on.
Only you guys would come up with that stuff. Have you met any of the Thargoids yet in game?
Oh, I as soon as I heard about them, I went out looking. I met them, been killed by them, been probed by them. Very interesting.
Okay. So how was that?
I tell you, the sound design on first meeting the Thargoids just blew me away. And I actually had to put up 2 different recordings of that, one without me screaming like a little girl, because it was so worth sharing that moment. Yeah, the Thargoids have been really interesting and mysterious. I'm hoping to see more content over time. And I'm hoping to get a chance to actually blow one out of the sky.
Yeah. Maybe get together with some viewers. Yeah, exactly.
Need a bit more
new
practice.
weapons and stuff, so should be good. And obviously, with that scientific approach, you guys stand out in a way. How did you guys go about connecting that sort of? Because some people, I mean, I'm kind of speaking from personal experience. Science to me is quite scary sometimes because I don't always understand things. So how do you connect with viewers from all over the place to make it accessible for everyone?
One of the biggest things about it, like you say, it's kind of scary or it's intimidating.
¿Qué pasa, Dani?
One of the big things is I don't know everything.
Dejar el volumen del directo, me estoy quedando sordo.
I want to learn stuff. I'm not scared to go out and say like, oh wow, no, I don't know this.
A ver qué pasa, ¿no?
Let's look it up or something like that. There's a lot of really smart people that watch the streams and watch the videos and stuff like that.
Sí, la verdad es que yo por
el
Jurassic World este sí me interesa. El parque de atracciones y todo este rollo que van a presentar de más.
I always love to go out and one of the biggest things to not be scared of it is just admit, something I don't know all this, but I'm really interested in it. That's one reason I like Scott's stuff.
Yeah.
Like Scott's probably forgot more about orbital mechanics than I've ever known, right? But it's great to be able to connect with other people like that so you can further yourself.
Yeah, I mean, all my degrees are in physics and astronomy, so I know all this stuff and I'm a fan, but you know, when you're flying around and you're making a video, you really want to
un saludo a todos los Daniel 3D Morenos o Dani Livers.
Lo llamo mis 3D gamers.
3D gamers, vale, vale. Los Dani Livers.
Trying to replicate the galaxy and all the different classes of stars and planets.
Right.
So there's always new things that I'm finding that's worth talking about. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any sort of favorite anecdotes from Elite? Anything that happened?
Es lo que he dicho antes, que se parece muchísimo al niño de App.
Every time I go, alright, I'm going to say it on stream. Every time I go to the loading screen for Elite Dangerous,
con unos cuantos gramos de coca
the moon in the picture is well within the Roche limit, so it should be ripped apart by time forces, and it's not. And I'm like, I'm not sure. Okay, let's just go every time I load the game, I see that screenshot.
Ah, sí, verdad, cuando quiere volar.
Yeah, I see things like that in the background and talk like the planet where the first ruins were found. Yeah.
Right.
Or the moon.
Está Eminem. Es una entrevista. Pero este tío no se ha enterado de que en lugares de bajo techo de mala educación llevar gorra, ¿o qué?
That's fantastic. Sagittarius,
no sé, yo me he enamorado de la periodista.
Way far down below the plane of the galaxy, so that you've got this layer of stars above you and planets below you.
Yeah.
And there's these great moments.
Voy a intentar traducir todo lo que pueda. Todo lo que pueda ir. Cero.
Cero, 0,01.
When I was
profesionalidad ante todo.
Against Federation and I started getting hit hard, running away, my engines got shot out.
Tienes dos islas ya, de hecho.
I was going so fast.
Qué hijos de puta, Dale a like, cabrones. Está haciendo una conferencia maravillosa. Mira, yo he conocido el amor de mi vida.
My favorite combat moment is seeing people get destroyed because they forget to retract the hard points while they're trying to jump in multi-crew.
Okay.
It's happened.
It's happened a few times. Are there any other things that you're looking forward to today?
¿Tú cómo haces para subir suscriptores? Hace un rato tenías 149.
Another talk about the Galaxy generation. So,
yes, do go check that out.
definitely. I'm just looking forward to talking to more people
Estoy
here.
diciendo yo, es que me gusta volar. Me gusta volar este avión.
Yes, they do.
Because the reveals are coming up too.
No, yo lo tengo aparcado fuera.
More information. I'm going to be
cabrón, el colega del avión, mira qué cabrón, mira, ahí el grande.
I don't want to miss those, so I got to bring that up and see what's going on with the main stage over there.
Very exciting. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I know it was really short. I could talk to you forever. I'm sure you have loads to teach me. But thank you again, and thank you for being here. We're going to bring back with thrill engineer Brendan Walker. Very interesting, so don't go away.
Otra vez con la GoPro. Aquí como el Ratafari este. Parece pequeñito, estamos en la entrada. Hay cámaras por aquí rondando. Dame la bolsita.
Yo me enamoro.
Ahora volverá a salir, la chica.
No sé, no sé.
Sí, volverá a salir. Que tiene que... Está ahora con... Mírala. Está ya sentada.
Mira qué vestidito lleva, tú te puedes creer. No, venga, ya, que estoy pareciendo un enfermo machista y no es mi intención. Ni lo soy ni lo quiero parecer.
Yo con los auriculares que me voy a quedar sordo.
Que te vas a poner gordo, dices.
Que me voy a poner sordo. Me voy a volver sordo.
Ya. ¿Pero esto está dentro de alguna feria o algo? ¿O es solo una
conferencia? Está en Londres.
Es que hay una feria de videojuegos, la más importante de toda Europa, que está en Birmingham ahora mismo.
No, esta es en Londres. Esta es en otro sitio. Esto está en Londres.
Que sí, matro, ¿qué pasa? Que estamos aquí en directo del señor Dani.
No encuentro dónde es.
Con una conferencia. Vamos a ir con una conferencia.
Es la feria de Frontier, la expo.
Welcome back, and I am joined right now by thrill engineer, and I have to read this. Trained as military aeronautical engineer, now running a design practice specializing in tailoring emotional experiences, Brendan Walker.
¿Esto dónde lo emiten? ¿En Twitch también? No, solo en tu canal, solo se puede ver aquí.
No más que en mi canal. No han permitido Frontier para que solo en mi canal.
You did an amazing talk about a thrill engineer, I guess, about what you do. So tell us a bit about the outfit, about what's going on.
No, estamos viendo una conferencia.
I open up my wardrobe, I just have red boiler suits.
You're just trying to set a new standard for fashion.
I am, yeah. But the role of an engineer and when you're designing rides is really important because I'm not a scientist. You know, I am a designer. I'm an engineer. When you're talking about creating new rides, I think it is very much an engineering process. And you can think about emotions in exactly the same way. You can think of construction human emotions in exactly the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. So
han pensado ya en hacerlo olímpico.
What you run, am I correct?
Yes, that's
right. So tell us a bit about how that came to be and what it does.
So the Thrill Laboratory, in fact, is our 10th anniversary this year.
Oh, congratulations!
I know, and what a treat to actually move from the real world, kind of, now into the virtual world with Planet Coaster. It's a new twist for us.
Yeah.
But Thrill Laboratory came about because I was making quite large mechanical sculptures for art galleries and museums, and they started to get to the kind of scale that people could ride on them. And I started asking myself the question, how can I control people's emotional experience? Can I engineer thrill to the nth degree? And so I took a year off to look into the psychology of creating thrilling experiences. And after that, I realized that there was a unique opportunity for setting up my own thrill laboratory, my own organization, which is a collection of artists, scientists, technologists, and designers who all have a passion for creating and studying thrilling experience.
How many people work for Thrill Lab?
Well, I'm probably on my books might have around 20 to 30 people who've worked in the Thrill Laboratory. Everything from neuroscientists, people who specialise in physiology, but also have theatre set designers, actors, really smart designers and engineers across a very wide spectrum.
Okay, that sounds absolutely amazing. So yeah, you've been doing this for almost 10 years now, you said?
Yes, that's right.
So what are some of the things that people at home might know of that you've worked on?
So the work of Thrill Laboratory spans everything from consulting on new roads that have been built, for example, on 13 at Alton Towers. Very specific question, how far do you have to drop somebody in the dark to make them thrilled? So that's a very practical thing, and people can go and experience that. In fact, I think the drop's 8.2 meters on that ride.
How far, sorry?
8.2 meters.
Oh my gosh.
But when it's in the dark, it feels a very long way.
I can imagine, that doesn't feel very...
But the main work of Thrill Laboratory is in creating our own experimental rides.
Right.
And right now I'm conducting experiments using playground screens, using virtual reality to create new worlds which terrify people.
That does terrify.
So I really like to distill the engineering right down into its basic components. So using very cheap things, so you don't need to be using a £16 million roller coaster.
Right. Recreating that can be quite difficult.
Exactly. And stuff, it can be quite expensive. But if I take a £1,600 swing and virtual reality set, and then start to look at the thrilling possibilities, that's what Thrill Laboratory is all about.
Hola, Pedro
really
Martínez.
Practicing and developing our art and science craft.
Exactly. So,
Hola, Pedro, ¿qué tal?
Like, do you search
Bienvenido.
for projects to do, or do you get hired by theme parks? How does that kind of work together?
I usually I have the luxury of following my nose a lot of the time. So, for example, the playground swings. It was a question I posed to myself: could I take something as simple as a swing and make it into a thrill ride? And it's often
Dani, ponte la cámara un poco más
for a
cerca.
couple of years. But I also have an approach. So right now, I have people from fairgrounds, amusement parks, even theme parks interested now in what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing is fundamentally different from, let's say, if you go to Galactica and look at the
Hombre, si quieres que te vean, sí. Si no quieres que te vean, pues está bien así
at the
como
top of
estaba.
an existing ride. They've kind of gone about it the wrong way. They've created a narrative which takes the person who's riding it through a very similar trajectory through the experience. What I'm doing is making people believe they're doing something completely different other than swinging. And if I can do that on a swing, then when I get my hands on a £16 million roller coaster, then you'll start screaming.
Then it's scary. So do you tend to start from the emotional point of view, or more from the engineering point of view, like when you're thinking about something new to do?
Yes, that's a very good question. I think there's always the art precedes the science. I think anybody who works in the ride industry, the people I've come across, often come from a theatre background. So they have an understanding both of the theatrical nature of roller coasters, but also the nature of the relationship between the rider, the audience, and the whole situation that they're within. Then the kind of hardware comes the next. How can we move somebody's body through space and time? And then comes the element of science and engineering. Now that we have this understanding of how we can create these rides, can we improve them? So I think the science and technology can always, and an understanding of human psychology, can help us to tweak and make them that bit better.
This is so interesting. So, have you had a chance to play any Planet Coaster by any chance? Or?
Yeah, so I'm afraid I'm no good at Planet Coaster. I need to spend an awful lot more time in the world. So I know the thing I really like is being set challenges in Planet Coaster. That's the thing which really attracts me to it, and that's the aspect of it that really mimics the real world. So, for example, in the past, I've been asked to go to a theme park, let's say Thorpe Park, who have an audience that might be skewed towards entertaining families. But in 2013, they wanted to encourage more thrill seekers. So how do you then introduce a new ride which is going to hit that demographic? So what ride do you design, given that they've already got like 50 amazing rides? Which ride can you design? So I think it's real world challenges like that which excite me. That's the kind of thing in Planet Coaster that really attracts me. That plus also the brain.
Yes, because they have the fear, the nausea, and the excitement.
¿Esto es un sofá cama?
So is that something that you
That's
are
something
familiar with?
I
tiene la sensación de que se puede vencer el respaldo hacia atrás.
in a very similar way. So looking at thrill and adventure seeking, experience seeking, susceptibility to being sick.
No tiene mucho dinero esto de Frontier.
But the complexity of those brains, and that everybody is uniquely different when they're going to a theme park. Your audience is quite vast, and that's a really difficult challenge, particularly if for economic terms, you want to make your ride exciting. But 95% of people who go to the park.
La camiseta blanca está
That is tricky. And what is then the first thing that you have to take into account? Is it age restrictions? Is it themes? What sort of...
I think we'll always lead with the story.
Yo voy con el de la, yo lo estoy viendo por
the
tu
theme
vídeo
always
de
sets
YouTube.
the context within which everybody will
Bien,
experience.
así me gusta.
So if the
Sí, es que no, he buscado por Twitch y no he encontrado el original.
I love to scare my nephews.
No ha dicho nada de Twitch, no ha dicho nada.
Favorite uncle, yeah.
Solo aquí, solo aquí.
Sí, que no lo he encontrado, de todas formas.
Me han dado la licencia y todo, no teníamos nada. Como me han visto que soy muy fan,
then it's bouncing between those two to create the perfect fusion.
Exactly. I think it's really interesting now, with especially the rise of VR and this whole virtual world that you can now use in your practice, create new experiences.
Se ha enamorado, un suscriptor se ha enamorado de la chica. Hay que ver.
Te ponen celoso, que a partir de la gafa.
Badger him into creating a virtual version of Panic Coaster, as I'm sure lots of people who play Panic Coaster.
Dani Moreno no se hace responsable de los comentarios que yo pueda hacer.
Motion simulators, which I've been designing and building, and like so just even over a coffee, we're both getting really excited. But there are so many different directions that Panic Coaster could take. But that for me would absolutely.
Se te oye, ¿no? Luigi.
Taking Panic Coaster, because what you're doing in Panic Coaster is so mind-blowing. When you look at it from the rider's perspective, the rides that people are creating are just so fantastic. They're unlocking their creativity. And these rides could be built. That's the amazing thing.
Exactly. And that's an amazing thing.
Ahora dice, pues ahora ya no.
We're going to stay with Planet Coaster. Once again, at home, give it up for Brendan Walker. Do check out the Thrill Laboratory if you can. We're going to stay with Planet Coaster. We're going to go to delay designers Silverette and Rudy Rankamel. Be right back. Thank you.
Ahora he terminado uno. Bueno, por otro, esta es la pre-show, el pre-inicio, en el que dentro de muy poquito ya por fin, aunque a mí no me parece bien, pero bueno, dentro de muy poquito, a las 5:30, 6 menos cuarto, harán el especial de Jurassic World Evolution. Después continúan con Planet Coaster, después por Elite Dangerous.
¿Y vas a emitir toda?
Vamos a hacerlo.
¿Teniendo la beta de Battlefront 2?
Ya estamos jugando.
Yo me lo de Dragon Ball, lo de Jurassic Park, lo de Jurassic World es que lo único que me interesa es este estudio, la verdad.
Bueno, yo Planet Coaster, como lo tengo, también me interesa bastante.
Claro. Yo es que no lo tengo.
Me interesó mucho y lo compré.
¿Qué va?
No, aún le quedan un poquito, están cambiándose.
¿De qué va el Planet Coaster este? ¿De qué?
Va de gestionar un parque de atracciones.
Hello and welcome back, and I'm so excited because finally I have all three of them on one sofa, well, 1.5 sofas. Welcome to the lady designer, Rudy Rankamel and Silverette. Hello. And it's literally been a year since we've met. You were 200 subscribers, I don't know, 10K, something like that.
Algún día.
So, the lady designer, we're just
no, me he reído una cosa, acabo de leer.
how was your day?
No hay que perder nunca la esperanza.
It's been so hectic.
Hay que hacerlo.
So awesome. Like we met so many great people, playing coaster players, developers, and everyone is here.
Todo lo típico, ¿no? Que muchas gracias por estar aquí. Es asombroso
So
todo.
lovely. So it's
Tres youtubers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for Rudy. You had a bit of a hectic travels into the UK yesterday.
Much about it, pretty much
No
like it was
me
a
queda con el
bad
apellido de
storm
la
in Berlin, and since I'm there for university at the moment, and no train was leaving from the city, it was really stressful.
But you're here,
I'm here, and yeah, it's a great day, and I'm really looking so much forward to the big announcement.
Algún día estaremos todos ahí, Dani, nos estarán preguntando, ¿cómo veis el juego?
Wow, yeah. So, but it's I can't really.
Yo soy uno de los que desarrolla
read all the stuff we put on later on because it's
de los grandes.
overwhelming at the moment.
Nosotros los testeamos.
Sylph, welcome. Long travels for you as well.
Yeah, for me.
Nosotros recibimos cuando esté terminado, Dani.
I'm studying in Japan right now, so I had to
Así no nos
take a
comemos
super
ningún
long
marrón.
flight and a lot of train journeys to get here, but I think it's definitely very much worth it.
Well, thank you so much for traveling all the way from across the world to come experience the first ever Frontier Expo with us. And when this was in the planning, honestly, the first thing we said, or mostly me really, I was like, I need to have these three, I need to have them there, please be there. So I'm so happy to have you all here. So we'll start with you again. What's the favorite thing that you've seen so far today? Have you had a chance to see any of the panels?
Well, I've met a lot of people, of course. One of the great things I think about an event like this is, the community is so much digital and you try to meet up as much as you can, but this is really an opportunity where you can meet everyone in one place, so that's really amazing. I've seen some great talks, done some streaming, appeared in some other people's streams, recorded a podcast, saw some other great talks, so a very productive day actually for me so far.
Lovely, awesome. And Rudy, how about you?
Yeah, I can just jump into it because it's like actually the same, meeting all these people, and also since I was streaming or like recording a podcast with those two guys in the morning, and then afterwards like with the Tematics team again, like met Luis for the first time, your UI designer. That was really cool, like really getting some new information out of it. That was maybe the most amazing thing. Next to the raptors standing over there.
Oh yeah. I don't know if anyone's seen them on social media, but we have some real life actors from the Jurassic World movie. The Jurassic Raptors are here. Lady, how about you? What did you
Well, I have to admit, like after this sofa seat, we're gonna just walk around because I've been indeed at the podcast area, which we had we had lovely chats with Matthew and Fern, and it was really amazing talk. It was really nice. And I had my stream, which was really, really nice. Everyone was so enthusiastic and happy and excited for the announcement. So I'm really looking forward to the announcement, of course, and to go and walk around.
Having the experience.
Yes, exactly.
Calming down. Yeah.
Dani, tu imagen se queda pillada,
We'll stay with you. So when we met you at Gamescom, you had, was it 234
subscribers? Yes.
You put a lot of love and dedication in your channel. You have an incredibly positive community. So how do you feel about the journey from Gamescom till now?
No, es que como no te mueves, parece
Don't cry.
que se haya quedado pillada la imagen.
Vaya que sí, Pedro. Tengo unas ganas yo también.
You guys brought me, it's just like really an amazing.
Tengo unas ganas ya de ver un poco más sobre Jurassic World.
And also with how we did
and
that also gave me so much. So I really feel just really lucky and thankful at the same time. Of course, I work hard to get my YouTube channel running.
Lo que me parece un poco mal es que lo hayan sacado para el primero. Eso me parece un poco mal. Pero claro, todo lo bueno es para el final. Y así nos quedamos con un buen sabor de boca. Pero como sacan lo más fuerte para el principio, pues no sé, a mí me parece un poco mal. También lo hicieron con Star Wars, ¿no, Luigi?
¿El qué?
También hicieron eso con Star Wars, lo sacaron el primero.
En el E3 no, en el E3 lo pusieron justo al final.
Entonces, en la última.
En la Gamescom dejaron al final el DLC de Battlefield.
First of all, I just don't want to say I'm so good. I just do what I love in the game, and I just play.
Empezaron con el Battlefront, creo. O lo ponen nada más empezar para ya empezar ahí a tope. o lo pones al terminar.
Ya. A lo mejor es para el final, porque así te quedas con un buen sabor de boca.
Pues no lo sé, Dani, pues no lo sé, porque hay más gente viéndolo al principio que al final. También.
Ya.
Si tú estás viendo el este y te ponen el planeta este que bueno, no está mal, pero no es un juego puntero. O te ponen el otro, el siguiente que quieren presentar. Antes que este, la gente va a decir, bueno, se van a pirar. Enseñan este y dicen, joder, qué pintaza, no sé qué, venga, a ver qué más me enseña. Yo creo, vamos, no sé. Yo lo que yo haría.
¿Tú lo puedes ver a 1080?
It was very cool.
Sí.
Trump that, yeah, I understand.
But I don't even need to because you guys come up with a new update. Yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, I feel really honored that people do appreciate it.
A 360 en el...
I'm doing it kind of a little different, right?
Absolutely. And Sylph, you're kind of the godfather of Planet Coaster. Your name
Porque los que lo están viendo están a 360.
And a lot of our, developers, they look up to you because you just know a lot about it.
¿Qué te ha parecido Planet Coaster?
How has this past year been for you as a content creator?
Well, it's a big change for me as well. Like,
Developer, para que no me entiendas, se llama desarrollador.
Maybe as a person even, it's been really amazing. I do have to say, I always get that comparison as like the godfather of Planet Coaster, but I want to just chalk that up to, it's probably also something I've said before, but all the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 guys, obviously Roller Coaster 3 is the game that you guys
no vale, está prometida. Tiene ahí el anillo de prometida.
So much for this. I learned a lot from the people right there, and this game just feels for me
Ya no se puede coger.
like it's not a successor.
Ya no quiero que me entreviste.
Spiritually, it feels like a successor, and
that's really lovely.
Yeah, I really love it.
Yeah, awesome.
Ya no quiero ser ninguno de estos youtubers.
The reason why I decided that you were here, not just because you were the 3 people that I met for the first time when I started working at Frontier, but also Koali Beach. I know that Corrales isn't here right now, but he contributed a lot as well. But how was Koali Beach? An amazing park that you guys did together, a lovely collaboration. How is it now that it's over?
I guess we can all give our own thoughts about it. It's something which I think it was.
Antes de las gafas me suena haberlo visto alguna vez.
I think the undertaking was really cool because you could see that everybody's specialty kind of
me suena haberlo visto.
Because we all brought like completely different things to the table. Like I mostly worked on the coasters and sort of worked on other people's coasters, but these two kind of also made me realize my own shortcomings, and we sort of make up for that as well because I realized for myself like I always forget to do the things that lady adds, like the little touches everywhere, flat rides, and in the end she even went back to the music and stuff like that. It's stuff like that which she added, which about. And then Rudy adds all these creative ideas which are much more out of the box and stuff like that I can't come up with. And in that sense, it's something that not just makes us get better at the game by sort of seeing what we're all doing, but also something that made the park as a whole much better in the end.
And it worked really beautifully together as well.
Me explica un poquito sobre su sistema de juego.
Worked on which areas. I know that we kind of guessed some parts as well, and then you were like, no, it's actually this guy. So again, amazing work. Just to round it off, what are you guys looking forward to most right now? I'm assuming all 3 of you are going to say the anniversary update.
Yeah, honestly, what about to say the same? I think we are all
Joder.
Jurassic World as well.
Pero si está la mierda, puta mosca.
Jurassic World, Jurassic Park fan.
45 minutes.
Perdonad, es que tengo una puta mosca atacando mi monitor.
In general, I'm just so thankful to be here, and I don't really, I'm looking forward to it, but there is just not much that could happen that makes it bad. So it's just, I just want to enjoy the day.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We really cannot thank you enough for being part of this community, and honestly, you mean the world to me, you know that. So thank you again. We are going to go to astrobiologist William Baines, and we are going to be right back.
Ahora vuelve. Esta es la parte de entrada de la expo.
Está haciendo un poquito larga,
Bueno, porque esta es la pre-show. Aquí están hablando pues algunos youtubers, están hablando los desarrolladores, están pues eso, hablando un poco entre ellos para saber su experiencia, saber su forma de juego, varias cosas que están hablando sobre el tiempo que han tardado en desarrollar, las ideas del juego, etcétera.
Están dando mucha la turra. Yo quiero un gameplay.
Yo también.
Con la entrevistadora.
Presentamos el tiranosaurio.
El megadolón.
Hostia, le metemos en el agua, ¿no? Tan mis camiseta mojada. O mis camiseta mordida.
Qué animal, tío, qué animal.
Mis camiseta mordida. Hostia, molaría, ¿eh?
Sí, sí, lo que molaría es que diseñas en el puto juego y dejas...
No, lo que molaría es que le hicieran lo mismo a la chica aquella que le hacen en Jurassic World, los pterodontos,
Los pterotontos.
Los pterotontos, sí. Se me ha ido. Los pterodáctilos.
Los pterotontos.
¿Cómo se llaman? Si no
tenías
es
ganas de insultar a alguien y tenías que meterlo por ahí,
Sí. Wow.
Los pteronormales.
Welcome back, and I told you guys it was going to be very snappy, so I know it's really short segments, but it is to bring the expo hype back to you guys at home. And right now I have the honor to be joined by leading astrobiologist with over 30 years of experience,
no tienen ni un pelo de listos.
William Baines. Hi. Hello.
Ay, por Dios.
Very nice to have you here. How has the expo been for you?
William Baines,
really interesting.
astrobiólogo.
Yeah.
It's been fascinating.
Ya ves tú.
I can imagine, yeah.
Se da un poco de miedo, ¿eh?
Yeah, the people are super friendly.
A ver.
Yes,
really
they
nice.
are. Yeah, the community is very passionate.
Yeah, it's all about the community of people, and that surprised me because the image of gamers.
La peor noticia de esta conferencia es que la entrevista...
Nothing like that at all.
No. Our community is so incredibly passionate.
Está prometida.
Frontier
No, pero la peor
one of the reasons
noticia. Y anda toda la conferencia.
to celebrate the amazing communities because
Vete para hombre,
honestly we
a
couldn't do it
pillarla.
without you guys.
No, que está prometida.
So you
No
were here, you did
no
an
podemos
amazing
hacer, no hay que
talk. I
respetar.
heard about the theories of alien life. Am I
Es
correct?
verdad, no me había fijado.
How did that go?
Claro, el añaco que tiene con los brillantes.
The audience seemed very enthusiastic.
Yes.
Really good question.
Déjame que voy a llorar.
So that people had their thinking caps on.
Okay.
And it was, it was good. And it was all about, the chances of life on other worlds and what we know about it, as opposed to what we might speculate.
Exactly. And you do these kind of talks a lot. You're a lecturer as well, I believe.
I've been lecturing, but in something completely different. So,
Okay.
No, most of the talks I give on astrobiology are very technical to sort of scientific, academic conferences. If you get 20 or 30 people in the audience, that's a good turnout.
Really?
So
and now you had like 500 or something?
So this is way outside outside the distribution there, yeah.
But you weren't nervous, you were fine.
I was terrified,
Oh
but
my God. You looked amazing. I saw it on the screen and it was great. So astrobiology. I'm a bit of a creative language nerd, so I don't know much about life sciences. So how would you tell me about astrobiology and what it is?
Oh, so astrobiology is the science of trying to detect life on other worlds.
Parece un dinosaurio por ahí.
Where life on this world came from
Del plan de Costa.
Yes. A lot of it's very
Hostia, tío,
because of course we haven't found life on any other world.
Se ha metido buenas fiestas en la universidad,
And sometimes that speculation edges into the, this is a bit more science fiction.
No sé si pedirle una teoría o una rayita.
It's a very young field and it's growing, it's finding its feet. I think that's the excitement of it.
Definitely, yeah, the speculation of it. So what made you want to become an astrobiologist? Where does that come from?
Oh, well, I mean, that's just an immensely long, tangled story. I mean, yeah, I'm so complicated. I wrote a song about it once, but it's,
you wrote a song about it?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing it for us?
Well,
putting you on the spot, I'm sorry.
Well, not without my guitar, no, I think not.
Well, William, we do have a guitar.
Todas las personas son hermosas por sí mismas.
¿Qué dices?
Okay.
Van a hacer un poco de... Van a tocar la guitarra.
Please, I can't wait for this.
¿Van a tocar la guitarra?
Sí.
Get yourself sorted.
Yo solo voy a investigar con dos micrófonos. Acaparador.
No, I have done this before at a scientific conference.
The hit single.
Wow, okay.
All right, take it away.
Okay, When I was a boy, I looked up with great joy.
¿Qué viene esto?
Lights that shine in the night sky.
Ay, quieren alargarlo lo máximo posible.
Hostia, mira el cuello. Dios. Un hombre. Me da lástima.
Ya sabemos por dónde se pinchaba la droga.
My far future home was if William A. Shatner was there. So from that day I knew just what I had to do. I knew what my mission was.
Es otro biólogo porque puñeta se pone a cantar ahora.
Y mal.
Hazme un robot, hazme un nano.
Pero es que por lo menos lo hace que lo haga bien. Que no haga el ridículo.
Chances were bad that the solar system had other worlds habitable by me. I learned Mars was too dry, and on Venus you'd fry. On
yo estoy cantando, Robinita.
And Saturn looked grand, but if you tried to land, you'd be crushed into deep frozen spam.
Me ha dicho algo gracioso porque la otra está meando.
Because I hope that up there, somewhere in the wide galaxy, we'd find some strange home where the LGMs roam and could talk astrobiology. At college they said that the life that we led was not average for Earth life at all. And the plants and the fungus would surely outnumber us, and microbes would outmass them all. There were bugs in volcanoes, bugs living in ice flows, bugs live 10 miles underground. And the aliens we meet wouldn't have hands and feet, they'd be tiny and smelly and round. But I was just fine with finding life signs, though their source was too small to see. Their chemical matter would give me the data to astrobiology. Last verse. Now I'm an old man, and at long last we can see the planets around other suns. All that they show is how little we know, and we're pretty much back to square one. But for all our confusion, those worlds in profusion show more habitats than we've dreamt. So we'll keep up our hopes and our big telescopes, and we'll work for the happy event when in the IR of some far distant star, those clear spectral life signs we'll see. And at last we'll have shown that we are not alone, all thanks to astrobiology.
Yes!
Aquí hemos disfrutado de una canción bonita.
Preciosa. Espérate que no te pidan los copyright.
No sé, espero que no.
I feel like I just learned a lot in 3 minutes. Really cool.
So yeah, it's sort of a childhood interest and a whole lot of random events. And here
Joder, y larga de que cojones
That's such a beautiful way to describe your journey as well. And I'm sorry to jump right back into the question.
You've got an agenda.
Lovely song. Yeah. It's really, really nice. Thank you, by the way, so much for doing that.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate that. I hope you guys at home enjoyed that as well. So, the Thargoids, I know you say we don't know anything about it. How do you feel about the Thargoids in Elite Dangerous?
Well, it's...
Van a hablar sobre Elite Dangerous.
Madre mía, el cuello cómo lo tiene, tío. Pero eso, yo no creo que sea una enfermedad, yo creo que eso es del sudor. No sé por qué me da a mí que es del sudor.
Puede ser, es que mirar la mano también.
There's some aspects about them.
Eso de la guitarra.
I'm not sure how much is known and how much is spoilers, so I won't say anything. But
that's fine.
But there's there's some aspects of that. Oh, that's a bit odd. But yeah, life's so adaptable. I mean, life finds ways of doing all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, there are animals that navigate magnetism. There are creatures that evolve to eat Teflon. I mean, there's all sorts of weird things around. So
exactly.
I'd be very interested to see how their biology is.
Una lástima no aprender, no saber un poco más de inglés para traducir lo que dice.
Inspirational song. How would you address people at home that are now totally inspired to go into astrobiology? What would you tell them to do?
Oh wow.
Because I feel inspired.
Well, this is going to sound terrible, okay? But don't.
Oh gosh. Okay.
No, there's no money.
That was not expected.
There's no money in it. I mean, as a hobby, I mean, there's
massive
stuff around.
Right.
There's a huge amount to read. There are conferences to go to. There's scientific conferences. Don't be frightened of going to the scientific conferences.
Exactly.
People there would love to hear from
members of the public come in and say, I haven't read that paper because it's full of math, but could you, what do you think about this? Yeah. And that's great. Well, some of them are a bit arrogant about it, but you don't talk to them. Actually doing it professionally is really hard. It is more important than people think. Yeah. Because it addresses deep questions about where we are, who we're doing. But yeah.
But hey, if you're as multi-talented as you are, you can make it very far. You can make it all the way to Frontier Expo.
I know. Look where it's taken me.
La gente con la hora de la siesta
How has
todavía.
that been for you? And are you excited to see anything else today?
It's been, I think what has been really exciting and somewhat unexpected is the sort of community of people you got here. And how Elite Dangerous is this really, it's a group game, it's a team sport. It's not just playing a game. And that whole concept really opened my mind to gaming as a whole. So I think that's really interesting. Whether I'll ever find time to play it is another matter.
I hope you do. Thank you so much for taking the time and
Bueno,
talking to us.
muchas gracias por estar aquí.
It means a lot.
My pleasure.
So again, William Baines, leading astrobiologist. Thank you again. We are staying with Elite Dangerous.
La próxima vez me dices teoría.
DJ Knight
¿Digo
and
qué?
Bad News Baron. See you soon.
Digo que lo ha dicho la mujer, dice la próxima vez me cuentas teorías, que paso has venido, ¿no?
Mirad en la parte izquierda de arriba, el dinosaurio de Planet Coaster.
Izquierda arriba, yo no veo nada.
Ahora lo veo. Izquierda, que está en la puerta, se acaba de marchar.
Ah, sí.
Parece, esos de negro parecen de FBI. Tienen ahí como una pulsera en el brazo. Bueno, aquí en la conferencia esta tienen como lo hicieron en la Gamescom. Tienen varios lugares donde ahora mismo están jugando gente a Elite Dangerous, a Planet Coaster, y supongo que después de que abran con Jurassic World también habilitarán una zona donde puedan probar una beta cerrada.
Hombre, digo yo que a esta altura será una alfa o una pre-alfa.
Sí.
Más que una beta.
Están jugando en la web oficial de Frontier. Están jugando ahora mismo gente. Hay una foto donde se ve gente jugando.
Sí, pero eso no solo lo hacen en la Gamescom,
También hay gente que se ha hecho fotos en el stand de Jurassic World. Tienen 2 velociraptores con bastante guapo, la verdad. Bastante chulo en la presentación de Jurassic World.
Welcome back, and I am joined by 2 amazing Twitch streamers. Is that okay to say? Everyone always prefers different titles. We've got DJ Knight, Bad News Baron. Hi guys.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us here. How is Frontier Expo?
DJ Knight y Bad News Baron.
I'm a fan of.
Los dos son streamers.
Valium.
Yes.
No, Valium no, Baron.
Ya. Pero has dicho Valium. Antidepresivo.
Oh, golfy. Did he do a little? Oh, okay.
He's at the window. He's like.
Parece que a uno le han dado un puñetazo en la nariz.
Yeah.
Pobrecillo.
Having a blast. It's an amazing experience. Thank you.
Acaba
Thank you guys so much for flying in all the way from
Lovely.
How about you? How are you experiencing the expo? First ever.
Yo creo que lo del grano,
I am like a little kid right now because there's so much amazing stuff. I mean, there was just a xenobiologist playing guitar.
I know.
Where else but here could you hear that?
Hiya, Lewis.
So it is way above and beyond
Hola,
what
Eric.
I could have imagined.
¿Cómo
Yo
estás?
grabaría un streaming con él.
Oh, thank you so much. And again, I can't say it enough, but thank you for being here
Hola,
and
Eric.
sharing this experience with us. To those of you who don't know,
Ahora me salen 7
can you
espectadores.
quickly introduce your channel?
Récord mundial, 7 espectadores en un directo.
I am a full-time Twitch streamer.
Twitch.tv/badnewsbear. We do during the US like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Generally when I'm.
Lo que llevan haciendo streaming. Están hablando sobre lo que llevan haciendo streaming.
Great. You haven't missed a day for like 2 years, correct?
Just over 2 years. We had 2 years consecutive.
2 años haciendo streaming.
Today is going to be 741. And actually, technically it is, because we walked around streaming from the show floor earlier. So I'm DJ Knight, twitch.tv/DJ Knight. I play a lot of space, sci-fi, and variety games. Every day at about 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I go live until I'm tired.
Yo lo estoy intentando, Eric. Me cuesta un poquito. Yo también estoy igual que tú. Intento traducir un poco.
I have a lot of community that is here in the EU, the UK time zone. So I edit day streams to make sure that I'm giving content to them as well, so they don't have to stay up until 1:30 in the morning to do anything. That's just rude.
What is time? Am I
Lo que pasa es que a veces hay palabras que no pillo bien, pero aún así voy traduciendo lo que puedo.
Big sci-fi gamer, obviously. So what is it with Elite that drew you in and keeps you coming back?
It has a unique feel that I don't think I've ever gotten in any other space game, game. And I played it a lot over the years. We've gone back and done lots of retro titles, and it has this. I'm gonna say this, and this might not be the right word because it sounds like a negative word, but it has this bleakness to space. It has this sort of this cold feeling that makes it feel more real to me. And exploring is such a fascinating, beautiful experience. I did a trip to Sagittarius A, and that was one of the coolest experiences in gaming I've ever had.
Me he tomado el grano. Mira, me ha dicho mi novia que me quitaba el grano antes de entrar. Es un vicio. Mira cómo me ha dejado. Le he dicho, no era buena idea. Pero es que era tan grande y tan espeso lo que había dentro que no se ha podido resistir a ella.
Sí, eso es lo que dice.
Pero bueno, estamos aquí. Una sangre en la nariz. Sí. Es una barrada que me ha hecho. Pero ha dicho, venga, yo entro y te lo quito antes de que entres.
Lo he metido todo con la mano abierta.
Sí, lleva razón. Le ha quitado el grano. Lo he visto afuera como le ha quitado el grano. Sí, lo he quitado entero. Qué asqueroso, ¿me entiendes? No, sí, así. Se ha quedado todo como todo el suelo manchado. Sí. Mira qué cara de asco pone. Le lleva razón. Mira, todo el suelo es lleno de pus, todo asqueroso. El grano de la nariz. Mira cómo lo tiene. Todo grande, un montón hasta aquí arriba un montón. Un montón de pus. Está su novia enterrada en un montón de pus.
Awesome. And you guys are both very, very community driven. You lead to very positive, passionate communities.
Tiembla Cora que llega ya.
To draw people in, keep that positivity going. What do you do to
as far as keeping positivity up?
Yes.
That's easy for me.
I know you're one of the most humble people I've ever met in my life.
I wake up, the way I see it, I woke up today, it's a good day, so there's no point for negativity, and if people come in and try to bring negativity to anything that we're doing, I can just...
Me da lástima no saber más inglés para poder traduciroslo.
Life is too short to dwell on negativity, so why bother?
Pero estoy ahí intentando ahí pillar lo que puedo.
Let's have a good time, and that's
pretty much it. Después de enterarme de que está...
Lucky enough to be able to play games for a living with our communities. And if you're not having fun playing games, there's no point doing it.
Estaba buscando más. Creo que quedan 2 o 3 más para hablar por aquí, la pre-show.
Joder, pues eso va a hacer largo. Me voy a la beta.
Vamos a ganar mucho, ¿no?
Si queréis acción en mi canal voy a hacer un directo de la beta. Os dejo un link en los comentarios.
I believe very strongly that because everybody has a slightly different feeling to their communities, their individual channels, and I believe that that's a reflection of the broadcasters themselves. That type of person attracts a certain kind of
people. That makes sense.
I can fully agree with that because a lot of it comes down to what will you allow.
Yeah. Yes. I know.
There's so much of what will you allow.
I know.
In streaming, it's like you see a joke and it's like,
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever. 5 minutes later, there's going to be 6 more of those.
Yeah.
So it's just about
it's about you being in charge.
What you let happen, and you have to be that person.
Awesome. And I don't want to cut you guys short, but we are doing a super snappy show. Sure. Before we leave, I do want to call upon your all new super cool project, which is the flagship.
Son súper buenos proyectos.
The flagship
es verdaderamente excitante.
We got together with a few other broadcasters who we all sort of share the same weirdness in different ways, but we get along very, very well. We're a family. So we thought, how can we bring our how can we push streaming a little bit further in this sort of entertainment? What we found is that a lot of teams are sort of their own islands. They don't interact with other stream teams, and they sort of do their own thing. We really want to help engage other teams as well, other broadcasters, and bring that sort of, not quite esports, but that competitive team feel and the energy of that, the fan base of that, and bring that to normal broadcasting. I think that'd be great.
And let's not forget about the fun part.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, just having fun together.
Again, super crucial. And what we found is that we all have a great time with each other.
Yeah.
And that is such an important part of a team, is that if you're not having fun with your team, you're doing it wrong. So any 2 of us or any 3 of us could get together and play a game, have a blast, be informative to our communities, informative to each other, and very communicative. And like, for instance, like with Paragon, or Elite, we played together many a time.
I know.
Definitely planning on doing it more, but it's just being able to communicate with your people that you're in a team with, and at the same time, it's not easy to do. So it's awesome. 6 of us.
It's so
good at it and happy about it. Yeah.
You got each other's back to your family. So do check that out. The flagship on Twitter, Twitch.
Yep. It's
Twitch.tv /
you can just go to the flagship.tv, and that will bring you to the TV.
It's iSpace on it. Thank you guys again so much for coming to Frontier Expo, for sharing this day with us. Really, really, really excited to have you guys here. And we are going to go and have a talk with paleontologist Jack Horner. Super excited. See you soon.
Jack Horner. En unos momentos creo que estaremos con Jack Horner. Vale, aquí acaban de meter lo que va a haber. Y tenemos a Jurassic World Evolution, el primero, Main Stage. Después, Planet Coaster, aniversario y tal. Es decir, van a hablar sobre el primer aniversario de Planet Coaster. Y el último va a ser Elite Dangerous. 3304 años después. Seguramente será un nuevo juego.
Eso es lo que estamos esperando para ver la conferencia. 3349.
Así que a ver qué tenemos por aquí.
So welcome back. I'm having a little bit of a fangirl moment because I get to talk to legendary paleontologist and technical advisor on Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, Jack Horner.
Aquí tenemos a Jack Horner, un famoso paleontólogo.
Do you need to maybe hold the mic a bit closer?
Okay.
Thank you so much for traveling all the way and coming to Frontier Expo. How's your day been so far?
¿Cómo has venido aquí?
Great.
Yeah?
I've never been to anything like this before. So.
Okay, so that's pretty cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so this is a gaming community convention. It must be all new sort of type of people to talk to and interact with.
Seems like a lot of, you know.
So yes, world-renowned paleontologist. I'm going to keep saying it. I think you are. So you had a talk about what you do.
I talked about sort of the history of
Historia.
the reality of Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
La historia real de Jurassic Park.
The possibility of making a dinosaur.
Yes. And how did it go? Was the audience captured?
The audience, it was great.
Yeah.
They asked a lot of good questions.
Great.
And I answered them the best I could.
All right. So, just to start from the beginning, what kind of brought you into the world of paleontology? What drove that passion? How did you get started?
You know, when a little girl asked me, when I started, what got me into paleontology, and I told her, I mean, I literally was born this way.
Wow, okay.
As far back as I can remember, I was out digging, looking for dinosaurs, or wandering around looking for them.
Thinking about the world.
And I just like fossils, and I don't know, maybe I just like picking up stuff off of the ground.
Yes.
I think that was it.
And then pretending it was the biggest treasure you found, probably.
Exactly. Well, everything I found on the ground was a treasure.
Well, eventually it turned into some really special treasures. So what was the first big discovery that you
I found my first dinosaur bone when I was 8.
Wow.
And I found my first dinosaur skeleton when I was 13.
That's amazing.
And then I excavated my first dinosaur when I was in college.
Yes, exactly.
They're
relatively
easy to find,
but
actually digging one up is pretty hard to do.
I can imagine. Some of the discoveries include the largest concentration of dino bones and a baby dinosaur nest.
Well, we in paleontology, we don't actually try to make records of any kind.
Okay. So to us it's very impressive.
So in the end, my teams and I collected, certainly had the biggest, we have the largest collection of Tyrannosaurus rex. We have 12.
Coleccionan tiranosaurios rex en esqueleto.
We've got 100 Triceratops.
Okay.
We found literally thousands of duckbill dinosaurs.
Wow.
It's one of the largest dinosaur collections in the United States, for sure.
Miles de colecciones de dinosaurios.
Certainly one of the best.
Durante muchos años.
One of the best recorded ones in the world.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah.
We have a lot of times people just dig up a dinosaur and they take it back to their museum and they set it there,
right.
And they don't have much information.
Miles de museos.
And so
you go all the way.
I want information. The information is worth more than the stuff.
Exactly, absolutely.
And so then you can ask questions about growth and behavior and evolution and all sorts of things.
Yeah. So obviously with that sort of record, you were asked to consult and work on the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies, correct?
Right.
Algo que ver con Jurassic Park y Jurassic
World. A lot of people watching are very excited to hear about some of those experiences. So how was that to go from an actual dig site to a movie set?
¿Cómo lo haces de cogerlo ahí y meterlo ahí?
Working on a movie is boring.
Okay.
Really, quite frankly, it's boring.
You don't get to discover anything.
Everything is so repetitive.
Okay.
They shoot over and over and over again to get one shot.
Yeah.
And then you really, even if you're on set the entire time that they're shooting the movie, you still can't really see, you can't figure out unless you've read the script, you can't tell what it's going to turn out because they don't shoot.
Los dinosaurios con el guión.
So it's very confusing. and then when they put it together, they edit out a lot of things that you think should be in it.
Okay.
And so I don't know.
Where did my beautiful dinosaurs go?
That's right. It's two different worlds.
Yes, yeah.
Shooting and actually seeing.
And now you're going into another different world, which is video games.
Exactly.
Jurassic World
No consigo entenderlo muy bien, pero
what's that like?
intento.
Are you excited to see what it's going to be?
I'm excited to see the game, but I haven't seen any of it yet.
Oh, so you're going to be watching the big announcement in 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
I'm
getting 5 minutos.
Yeah, I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work, with the educational side of Jurassic World.
Yeah, exactly.
For schools and stuff like that. But the games, I really haven't been involved in.
New perspective.
Well, and I actually have a game myself that.
Oh, no way. Okay.
With a company called Merge for HoloCube.
Cool.
And it'll be fun. It's an educational, digging up dinosaurs kind of game.
That's amazing. I'll have to see that.
And I'm getting more interested in seeing some of these games and
seeing
trying
how
to get some education into them. Trying to make it so that that kids are learning something new.
Absolutely.
That's helpful.
Yeah, and bringing that past to them as well.
Yep.
Yeah, being inspiring. So I think you're going to be very much blown away by what our team and our animators especially have created.
I am hoping to, yes.
And yes, and thank you so much. I know it was very short.
Very
but
welcome.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Right.
Again, world-renowned paleontologist Jack Horner. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Here. And we're going to go really quickly to Flabaliki and Doom 49, and we're going to be right back.
En un rato va a venir otro más. Aquí, como veis, ya se está despidiendo. Estamos viendo a los demás. Se encuentran por aquí en Twitter, que también les sigo. No, todavía continúa con lo que va a pasar. Enseguida, en 5 minutos creo, van a sacar Jurassic World. Tengo un hype
and welcome back. As you can see, the expo floor is filtering down a little bit because everyone is very excited. In 15 minutes, we are going to be showing you the first ever in-game footage of
5 minutos la primera
so it's very excited. Before that,
parte.
I have an old friend and a new friend joining me on the sofa. We've got Flabaliki, James Turner, and
un amigo viejo y un amigo nuevo, dos youtubers,
so for those of you who don't
Flabaliki y Don 49.
Do you want to start?
Creo que lo habréis visto alguna vez.
I'm a YouTuber, also a streamer, and I basically play a whole bunch of variety of games, and mainly like FPS, and now I'm here for the new Jurassic Park unveil.
Oh, okay, yes.
My name's James Turner. I have a couple of channels on YouTube, one called Flabaliki, which I do planet coasters, city builder games, management games, that kind of stuff. Then another channel called The Sim Supply, all about The Sims and the Sims franchise.
And a third one with the vlog.
Yeah. Call them. They're 90-second videos I edit on my phone.
So if you want some daily James Turner sass,
like little vines,
just go in
kind
there.
of, but 90 seconds instead. So, and you can watch them from this weekend. I've been doing them. So.
So we met you at Gamescom this year. We met you last year, and like
at the Alpha event for Planet.
Estoy nervioso porque quiero verlo ya.
And we love having you guys here. So thank you again for flying in to Australia.
Thank you for having us. Oh yeah, thanks so much for having us again.
Yeah, and how is the first ever Frontier Expo for you guys? How's it?
Amazing. It's like I thought it would be a little bit small.
Después de la expo.
But it's like this is.
We went all out.
Yeah, it really went all out.
It
really impressed me when I got it. I was like, damn, this place looks sweet. Like, especially in like the main hall area.
Yes, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because you were at you were at Gamescom as well, but the one that we did, the Planet Coaster launch event, which was, in the small sort of.
Esta chica normalmente suele salir también. No tan expo.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, oh gosh, what am I flying into this time? But then, we've got a good setup here. Cool. Yeah. So anything that you've seen so far that really stands out?
Dale, me piro, tío.
Que
vaya bien el directo.
Muy bien, muchas gracias.
That's all we want to talk about.
Ya lo veré más tarde, lo del este, que está tardando demasiado, tío.
Muy bien, Luis, muchas gracias.
Necesito hacer algo, me estoy quedando dormido.
It's only 12 minutes away.
Venga, hasta luego, chicos.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody watching is like going high.
3D Gamer.
Oh, I hope so. I can't see the chat from here, but I'm assuming that everyone is doing the countdown for us. So yeah. So yeah, you've joined us a few times. So how has the past year been for you, and especially within?
Un poco de intro, ¿no? Nos están explicando la gente que hay, la gente superior que hay, como los youtubers, streamings, bloggers. Creo que después vendrán los bloggers.
One of the big differences with that is because
it's so
creative. Like,
a
city builder game, I can build a city, but that's kind of like you can build a city, but Planet Coaster, I could build a city in Planet Coaster or anything else as well, which I think, I think that's the big draw for the audience and the players as well.
Yeah.
Like at least for me, that's what I noticed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you play a lot of indie games. We met you at Gamescom this year.
Right.
We were like, let's you were like, I'm so excited for Jurassic World Evolution.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to be here.
Yeah, and like even now when I got to play a little bit of Planet Coaster, I'm just like, if this is Planet Coaster, the possibilities are endless for this. It's like, we need to see it now.
That's what we hope. So how do you go about sort of growing and maintaining your YouTube channel with these sort of games?
Pretty much posting daily, essentially, and making sure it's like, I mean, for me, it's not so much of like what my audience likes. I mean, granted, I do what they like, but it's more like I get creative with what I like.
You want to have that passion.
Exactly, and if you have that passion, they enjoy it, and that's what I just constantly keep doing, and everybody likes it, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know this is going to be super short, and I'm really sorry, but we are going to have to switch over to the main stage really soon. So I did just want to introduce you guys again and say thank you so much for coming and being part of this Frontier Expo.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Are you guys excited?
Oh yeah, we can't wait. We got to see this now.
Really excited to see it.
So thank you again for joining us, Flabaliki and Doom49. Do check out their channels when you can. We are going to switch over to the main stage really soon, so stay on the channel that you're watching on right now, either twitch.tv/Frontier Developments, youtube.com/Frontier Developments, or facebook.com/Frontier Developments. Either one of those is fine. We'll go offline and go online really soon, and then you'll be able to start to see right away at 5 p.m. BST, 10 minutes away, the first ever look at Jurassic World Evolution, and we'll go back to back with those content drops. So after Jurassic World, we'll go into Planet Coaster Anniversary Update, then we'll go into Elite Dangerous, the year ahead, and after that I'll be right back with CEO David Braben and CCO Johnny Watts for a post-show for an hour. So enjoy, stay tuned, and see you after the show. Bye!
Bueno, ya en un momento vendrán otra vez. Nosotros también vamos a salir. Hola chicos, ¿cómo estáis? Muchas gracias por haberos pasado por aquí. Ay, gracias Alejandro. Disculpadme, sé un poco de inglés, pero esto pues como me cuesta un poquito, ¿no? Vaya que sí, Pedro, tengo unas ganas que no las imagináis. Seguramente vosotros también, ¿no? Porque a lo mejor habéis jugado a Jurassic Park Operación Génesis. Ese juego era lo mejor que teníamos en aquella época. Y ver lo que se viene de Jurassic World, mirad, a mí sí me ha puesto hasta carne de gallina. O carne de dodo. ¿Sabéis? Dodo que era prehistórico. De verdad, yo tengo unas ganas alucinantes. Si queréis, por favor, decidme lo que queráis. Yo estoy por aquí todavía. No os dejo. Sí, ahora vendrá Jurassic World. Que va a ser épico. Como dice Pedro, os va, vamos, espero que a mí igual os va a encantar, He visto su stand, un stand, ¿a que sí? Yo también, yo lo tengo en físico y porque no tengo DVD ahora en mi PC. Pero me gustaría volverlo a jugar y si os gusta, no lo sé, Eso no lo sé, Pedro. No sé si habrá edición coleccionista. Si lo hubiera, fíjate que yo me lo estoy planteando en tenerlo. Porque ya os digo, es un juego de la infancia en el que yo me jugué hasta hartarme y no me harté, porque aún tengo ganas de volverlo a jugar. Y si os gusta, os lo traigo. Si os gustaría ver cómo, pues eso, ¿no? Lo que el juego otra vez, yo os lo traigo. Vaya que sí, Galgo. Vaya que sí. Tengo unas ganas. Estoy nervioso. Si me veis que me muevo mucho en la cámara, es que me muevo muchísimo porque estoy nervioso. Estoy nervioso. Es un juego de la infancia en el que le tengo mucho cariño. Y buf. Pero mucho cariño. Mirad, os lo voy a mostrar para que sepáis, que no miento. Me lo compré en el 2002 o el 3. Pone aquí 97, 2003. ¿Lo veis? ¿Lo veis aquí? Es un juego en el que me vicié, me vicié lo que no sabe nadie. Este juego lo tengo ya con polvo, lo tengo ya descuidado, pero mirad cómo reluce todavía al interior. Era una pasada, tenías el espinosaurio y el T-Rex y me gustaba mucho este juego. Incluso un amigo mío. Oh, muchas gracias, Galgo. Te lo agradezco muchísimo. Vaya. Pues me has dado una idea, Pedro. Me has dado una idea. Que a lo mejor puede salir en el juego. Como se ha salido. Muchas gracias, Pedro. Os lo agradezco mucho. Como sale en el tráiler, a mí me dieron muchísimas ideas, pero tremendas. Puede ser como empieza con un huevo. Y dentro del huevo hay el Indominus Rex. Claro, es bebé. En Jurassic Park Operación Génesis, el huevo era todo por menú. Y si empiezas en un huevo en el laboratorio del centro de visitantes y cuando tiene por ejemplo, digamos un triceratops, tiene 2-3 meses, lo ponen en la zona de niños, tú creas el centro de la zona de niños y pones ahí a un triceratops, se va haciendo mayor, lo trasladan, lo puedes hacer tú, que lo trasladen a su centro, a su zona de hábitat, y de ahí se va creciendo, se va haciendo mayor. Claro, porque todo esto ahora que estamos en esta época se puede hacer. Yo hablo desde desarrollador porque también creo juegos soy animador 3D, ¿vale? Tengo otro canal en el que hago todo eso, pero aquí me gustaría dedicarlo expresamente a juegos que tanto a vosotros como a mí me llamen la atención. Y es eso. Con este, por ejemplo, con el Jurassic Park Operación Génesis, era precioso. El problema es que yo le notaba que era como una especie de demostración, porque tenía muchas atracciones, pero no sé, algo le faltaba. Cuando llegabas al límite de todo, tenías límite de dinosaurios y límite de personal, de gente, Sí que la hay, Pedro, sí que la hay. En internet he visto que no solo, a ver si me explico, he visto que en la página web, creo, tienes las las 5 muertes. Todas las islas. La isla Nublar, la isla Sorna, perdón, la isla Topo no sé qué. Un segundito. Lo voy a mirar porque es que no recuerdo ahora muy bien qué islas eran. Vamos a ver. 5 muertes. Sí. Yo me he leído también... A ver... Bueno, me he leído, perdón. No me he leído. Es un audiolibro. Mira, aquí lo pone. Isla Nublar, Isla Mataceros, Isla Muerta, Isla Sorna, la isla B, Isla Pona y Isla Takano. Vas a tener esas 5 islas. Y de cada isla no sé lo que habrá, porque solo se ve en una. Puedes crear el parque, pero a lo mejor las otras, no sé, tienes que hacer como una especie de, pues no sé, crear el centro donde se crean todos los dinosaurios y después de ahí pasarlo a la isla A. Yo eso no sabría decirte, pero creo que a lo mejor sí, a lo mejor va por ese palo. Ya están casi a puntito de entrar. Ya lo tengo preparado. Y están a nada. Eso a mí me gustaría ver Jurassic Park Operación Génesis y ya vuelven Planet Coaster, esto no sé qué juego es, Zonimal, este es un Zoticon me parece, esto creo que es de PC, de móvil, Roller Coaster, sí es verdad que hicieron un parque de islas, Jurassic World, este es casi nuevo, este no. Una copia barata del juego de... Eso es lo que me gustaría, Pedro. Eso es lo que me gustaría y quiero ver. Es lo que más me come por dentro. Me gustaría que hubiese un Jurassic Park original. E incluso poder hacer... Vamos a ver. Vamos allá. ¡Ay, qué nervios! Quiero verlo ya. Mirad ahí Jurassic World. Esto es absolutamente impresionante. Lo voy a intentar así traducir como puedo.
So welcome to Frontier Expo 2017! Live from here east in London, we have a very special show for you guys tonight. And we love you too. I wonder how long that's going to go on for tonight, guys. That's enough.
Vaya, sí, Pedro, vale.
Okay, it's our time for fun. All right,
si queréis decir algo, por favor, decirlo, no os cortéis. Es un increíble día. Buen día.
Yes, good, all affirmative. All right, we also have people watching at home, and so I do want to say a good hello to those guys as well. Thank you so much for joining us from home.
Muchas gracias por venir.
Yeah, but we've got a great show for you tonight as well with an absolutely amazing host, a great lineup of developer guests who are going to be coming to join me on
Vendrán aquí los desarrolladores, incluido
Jurassic World Evolution,
el Jurassic World Evolution, Planet Coaster,
and game we've never heard, and Elite Dangerous. But first of all, I want to invite two of the leading visionaries from Frontier Developments to the stage to talk about the future of Frontier as a whole. So please, a huge warm welcome to Chief Executive Officer of Frontier Developments, David Braben.
David, creo que se llama. Ahora lo veremos.
And Chief Creative Officer of Frontier Developments, Johnny Watts.
Estos creo que deben ser los desarrolladores de Planet Coaster, tal vez. Si no, de Jurassic World. Increíble la gente, tío.
I think the atmosphere has been so good, and that's thanks to all these guys, as well as all the people behind the scenes who work really hard.
Yeah, it's been something really special. Thank you. You two. I mean, we should talk about Frontier. You two have a huge wealth, both between you and individually, of experience in the video games industry. You've worked together for.
Experiencia en el videojuego.
I've been working with David for almost 19 years.
19 years. 9 años desarrollando juegos.
It's funny, in some ways it feels like going full circle, because I remember back in 1984 doing an Acorn user event in London, where Acorn was a very small company, and it felt like we were doing the event even though it was Acorn. But now this is us, and it's so much bigger, so much,
Ahora es mucho más grande, mucho más.
Great people behind the scenes who've made it happen, including yourself, obviously. But what's wonderful is that.
Algo.
But what is great is it's that feeling of full circle.
Si es lo que queráis por chat, yo sigo viendo.
Such great games that we're showing here, which are due to the wonderful team, a lot of whom are here already, rest watching it back at home, who've worked really hard to make it happen.
Yeah, so I remember back to being interviewed by David 19 years ago, and I was sitting at this really small pine table in a farm in the middle of nowhere, just outside Cambridge. And if you asked me then, would we be doing this when there was only 8 of us there, I'd say, not a chance, not a chance. But with every game that we've made, I think we've got closer, and sitting in this chair, I would say I'm almost feeling comfortable.
So what about today? It's been, like I said, numerous times. We've had a lovely day. Have you had any highlights for yourselves?
Well, it's been brilliant. One of the highlights is the Frontier Museum. I hope you guys have had a go at some of those games, and putting it together, it was a roller coaster of emotions. No pun intended. No laughs needed. And I sort of remember back to all the heated creative debates, all the late nights, but every moment was absolutely joyous. So yeah, happy times. Frontier Museum rocks.
It's funny, just to echo that, going through the loft, trying to find things. Like, oh, we need this. It's amazing how a lot of the old kit doesn't work with any of the modern monitors, and trying to get it to work. And so people have been really helpful there. But also the nostalgia of dusting things off that had not looked at or played for quite a while. But I think to me, the highlight was seeing seeing William Baines talking about the chemistry of Thargoids on a stage. I thought, wow, that's amazing. We met at a dinner at Jesus College, and I'm delighted that it's progressed. So we've done this event, and not to belittle.
Algo sobre el gran evento que están haciendo. Que es de Londres, expo.
Definitely, I'd echo that. All the experts, William, Jack, Brendan, they just speak to the authenticity as to what I think Frontier is about. It's always about detail, believable worlds. And I just want to say, thank you to the experts. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And for the people at home as well who won't have been able to see those talks, I think we're actually chopping them up and putting them up onto our YouTube channels as well at some point, so you will be able to get to see those. But yeah, please, a round of applause for our speakers. So it's been not just an exciting day, but an exciting few years for Frontier, I think. Do you think that obviously we've been moving from sort of just strength to strength, really, as a company?
Oh, no question. I mean, the last few years particularly have been excellent. Moving from a long period of time working with great publishers, but now publishing on our own, it's fantastic. The freedom it's given us, and some of the great games we've made. But if this is just the start, we're at the beginning of a process. That's what it genuinely feels like. Looking at the first game now, been out for more than 3 years, Elite Dangerous. We're doing lots of great things going forward. Planet Coaster still in its first year, but just looking at all the new things and some of the exciting things I'm itching to spoil for later, for both Elite Dangerous and for Planet Coaster. But we will be showing a roadmap
algo loco sobre que he cambiado de élite,
and of course some gameplay for Jurassic World, which we're very excited.
¡Gameplay!
I did.
Pause for applause here.
¿Es posible un gameplay?
Yeah, so, yeah, amazing year, amazing 3 years, amazing 19 years, amazing 23 years. Loads of amazing years. The thing I want to say, take this opportunity. I'm not allowed to speak that often, so I'm gonna go for it here. So I want to say a really big thank you to all the Frontier people. Some are here, some are at home. These guys, they make the impossible possible. So I want to just really do a heartfelt thanks. You guys are 100% absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
The dev team back at home.
¿Posible?
Well, I'd like to echo it as well. I mean, through my career, since I've ended up feeling honored and taking credit for these amazing people's work. You know, and some will have already seen on the second stage.
Yo también algo.
See the amount of effort goes in to all of our games to make them happen and give them the richness they have.
Qué ganas tengo.
Me as well. Big thank you to those people who hopefully are watching now.
Yeah, and of course the awesome community play a huge part. I mean, I'm a bit biased. I love every single member of our community, of course, without exception.
Well, just to go to that, I mean, the community are fantastic. You know, it's wonderful the way
la comunidad es fantástica,
firstly helped us get where we are, because we wouldn't be here without the support, or not just
no se queda soporte.
All of the interaction we've had with all of you for a very long time, even before we became
Tiene que durar mucho,
that interaction
dura
was
mucho.
really rich. We do look at the forums regularly. I look every day pretty well. I'm on the forums and saying, oh, what's this?
How you doing?
And badgering people, so sorry for that. But the community is truly amazing, and you know, we really appreciate, and also, you know, coming here today, we appreciate the effort and dedication that all of you put into it.
Yeah, definitely. We wouldn't be making games as good as I think we're making if it wasn't for you guys. I'm really into all the creations. Again, like Planet Coaster a little bit, and you know, 140,000 workshop items. Just so much creativity, incredible. But I also like some of the stories which have been generated in the Elite Dangerous Galaxy. You know, the fuel rats. How amazing is that? I was actually talking to someone. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hooray for fuel rats!
And I want to spend a little bit just digressing and going into that. This is new. This is not planned, not scripted or anything like that. But
none of this is scripted.
I was talking to someone, and what they do is you strip down your shit. You make sure you haven't got any shields, any weapons. And so I said, well, what happens if it's a trap? And you go out there, all these thousands of light years, and someone attacks you. He says, oh, well, we just die. How altruistic. You know, I almost had a tear in my eye listening to that. What an amazing set of dudes. Just and girls. Yeah. Sorry, yes, absolutely everyone.
But I'd also like, you know, they're such a great group. But also, I mean, today talking to Canon Research as well, another great group who I know are here.
Button truckers.
Hey.
Now, just to avoid a very long list of great people.
Should we very quickly move on? Otherwise,
I'd just like to thank you for all the other groups, because
gracias a todos los grupos.
I don't mean not to list out people, but I'm being hurried along. Thank you to all those other groups as well, which a lot of whom I've met online or met here.
So, moving forwards, we have, I mean, we're going to use the word exciting quite a lot, I think, for the next hour and a bit. But
that's my word.
I'm sure you have lots of sort of 5-year, 10-year plans, but we unfortunately can't spend the next hour talking about those.
As David could,
video
actually.
Games to talk about. I'm sure you probably could, but we probably shouldn't. But what does in short, what does the future hold for Frontier?
The future is fantastic. I mean, we've got ourselves into this great position, and you know, looking forward, firstly, for each of the 3 games we've talked about, I mean, it's still very early for Jurassic World Evolution, but absolutely phenomenally excited about it. Obviously, Elite Dangerous is going very well. We've got the roadmap, as I mentioned earlier.
Recuerdo que estamos a un punto ya, a un poquito,
really good things, but
de Jurassic World Evolution, y he escuchado algo de gameplay.
you know, there's so much to do in each of those games and things that
Hemos escuchado del
we're
gameplay,
going to talk about today.
así que muy pronto veremos algo.
But there are things that, you know, this is the whole point of long 5-year, 10-year plans. That, you know, obviously these things change dynamically, but having that sort of richness that we can call on is absolutely wonderful.
Well, it's reassuring to hear that I still have a job this time. It's great stuff.
Thank you.
The stuff.
All right, Johnny, sorry, Johnny.
Oh yeah, well, I think all the ideas that I hear from the community, all the lists,
Hablan sobre
all the ideas that I
sobre las clases de community.
It's the longest list. You can't beat David. All the lists from the teams. I think we need multiple 10-year plans to realise all them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, great stuff. So today we have a packed next hour or so, like I said, to talk about some content coming up. So
Chicos, tengo que decir que sois increíbles.
Teams are going to be up here.
Nunca había tenido
I'm going to use the word amazing. Amazing things.
Tantos espectadores en mi vida.
First off, we've got the Jurassic World Evolution team.
Valéis la pena, de verdad, valéis mucho la pena. Pero bueno, vamos a...
Spoiling anything, they might show some
algo de spoiler.
in-game stuff, but I'll let them do that. Hopefully you enjoy it. And then, of course, Planet Coaster. So they're going to be talking about the next update. I'm really excited by that. And David?
And for Elite Dangerous, we're loads of things we're talking about. I would itching to spoil them. But the roadmap's interesting, but what's in it is what people get excited about.
Fantastic, thank you so much. So please, a huge round of applause for David Braven and Johnny Watts.
Vaya. Bueno, nos queda bien poco, bien poco.
Thank you, Ed. So, thank you.
Bien poco nos
Let's
queda.
start things off then. It is my pleasure to introduce to everyone here and everyone watching at home. Well, let's have a look at Frontier's latest game announcement. It's Jurassic World Evolution.
¡Oh! Chicos, que comienza ya. ¿Vais a ver mi reacción? Whoa.
To the stage, head of animation, Nick Rogers.
¡Ay! Me van a eliminar.
And lead designer, Andrew Fletcher. Oh, come on, make him step around you. That's, yeah, okay, great stuff. So, firstly, Jurassic World. Yep. What an amazing thing to work on. Did you ever think that you would be working on something like this when you started at Frontier?
Nothing quite on this scale, I have to say. I mean, I love the films. I love dinosaurs as a young kid. I imagine most people do. Had the toys, read books about them. But it wasn't until Jurassic Park that I actually saw them kind of brought to life properly. I think with films before then, there were bad guys and, you know, monsters that tended to appear every now and again. But when you saw that amazing scene with the herds going across by the lake, I mean, that just brought it to life for me then, and that's it. I just fell in love with them ever since. And now, working on the game. How cool is that?
Amazing. Yeah, really, really cool.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I love dinos like Mike here as kids, you know, had the books, had the top trumps, had all the Jurassic Park merch, and, you know, when the film came out, it was just the blockbuster of that era, you know, it was so amazing. Saw it multiple times, and to be working on the game, I mean, from a design perspective, it's so many great, rich themes in that series to pick out and to, you know, hopefully let players enjoy for themselves. And then there's the spectacle, which, you know, you can't beat dinosaurs for spectacle, I mean.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely over the moon to be here. I mean, when I first saw the film all the way back when I was 10 years old, it absolutely blew my mind, and it's the main reason I actually went on to
¿Cómo concedieron?
So I used to see the dinosaurs.
¿Cómo comenzaron a pensar esto?
I'd never seen anything quite like what they managed to get across in Jurassic Park, and obviously in sort of 1993, CGI wasn't really a big thing at all. So I had no idea what was going on, and as I started to learn more and more animation, more and more about animation, I just got absolutely obsessed with it, and I already completely loved dinosaurs. So I just worked at it, and here I am, sort of 20 odd years later, working on a Jurassic World game. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is a dream come true for me.
A dream come true, ladies and gentlemen. Hand of animation, Nick Rogers, living his dream at Frontier Developments. Everyone's living the dream at Frontier Developments.
I'm over the
So, I mean, what makes...
Un sueño ser desarrollador.
What do you think makes Frontier a perfect fit for working on Jurassic World?
So there's a couple of reasons, I think. I mean, the first one is that the games we make, we have a passion for the genre or the topic they're in. So we're making them really dangerous, you know, people love space, astronomy, and the passion was there in the team. With Planet Coaster, I mean, we've got a pedigree of doing sort of theme park games anyway, but there's a huge love for theme parks and roller coasters in the team that made that. And, you know, for Jurassic World, who doesn't love dinosaurs? I mean, the enthusiasm on the team is just beyond this world. But sort of more than that, I think you also look at the history of the games that we've made at Frontier. And when I joined the company back in 2003, we were working on a game called Dog's Life, which if you've been to the museum, you might have had a little player. And in that, you basically control the dog, called Jake. And since then, we've done the Wild expansion for RC3, we've done Zoo Tycoon, we've done Kinect Wars. So we've got a history of just bringing animals to life in computer games. And dinosaurs is the ultimate challenge, but one we're very happy to be taking on.
So, build your own Jurassic World. That is I think it is on the trailer. Yeah, that's the sort of tagline of the trailer, using on social media as well. I think that people have been waiting, people at home, I know we're watching, and maybe some of you guys in the audience, waiting for quite a while for a game just like this, you know, a game where you build your own Jurassic World. So why don't we tell people actually what the game's going to be about?
Yeah, well, build your own Jurassic World, you know, we think...
Ya te digo, me cuesta un poco entenderlo. Seguramente vosotros lo entenderéis más que yo.
Setting, you can bioengineer amazing dinosaurs, attract visitors and guests, try to keep them safe, and build a business, you know, build a dinosaur enterprise. That's kind of what we see in the films, that's what we want to...
Si queréis hacerme algo, por favor.
To play with themselves.
Well, I think we've actually got a taste of that as well. Why don't we take a look at the very first in-game screenshot of Jurassic World Evolution?
Oh.
So what do you think there? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? It looks absolutely amazing.
¿Os voy a quitar mi cámara?
I think everyone was just stunned.
Yes. Yeah.
Impresionante. Mirad, mirad, mirad.
In-engine screenshot, yeah.
A le falta algo de sombra, pero impresionante. Wow.
In the back there, that's the workings of your park. You've got dinosaurs roaming, of course. And the thing I want to point out about this is, you know, it's not just one island. We're going to base the game across 5 islands. So that's the 5 deaths, Cinco Muertes, as fans will know them. And they're the kind of core kind of locations in the game. There's also Isla Nublar, but we're not going to reveal too much about how that fits into the game just yet. But the cool thing about having multiple islands is each one has its own characteristics and its own kind of challenges to throw at the player. And of course, each one represents a kind of clean slate as well. So every time you kind of expand your empire, you expand your operation strength. You
Expandir
to gain access to more resources, more dinosaurs, of course. And you can
esto pinta muy bien.
Potentially each new island in a new way. So there's a few different ways that you can kind of approach your dinosaur facilities.
Yeah, the sort of
wow. Expandir tu... Wow, mirad. Qué pasada. Entrenamiento, seguridad, ciencia.
It is. We crafted that long and hard. So the ultimate aim for the player is to become the preeminent dinosaur management expert. And there's 3 paths to do that, as you can see.
¿Qué os parece, chicos, ese fondo que habéis visto?
So entertainment, that sort of follows the sort of the dream of John Hammond and then Claire in Jurassic World, where the dinosaurs are attractions. You're basically using them to attract tourists and make money that way.
Tractors?
With security, it's about how fierce you can get your dinosaurs, you know, how dangerous they can become, and also being able to manage such dangerous animals. So there's a very big risk-reward thing there. And then with the science, it's more about understanding how they lived, what they were. So they all balance out. And the idea is that you can follow all 3 and you get this nice sort of balanced, or you can just follow one of the paths. It's completely up to you.
Seguir a uno.
What you're doing is you're assembling these team of experts that represent each of these. And so ideally you want all three on your side, but they have competing reputations, so they want resources from you, so that brings a bit more challenge into the gameplay. And they do that through contracts. So essentially they give you tasks that they want to do. So these are specific targeted things like create a complete genome for a specific dinosaur, or make sure you've constructed certain facilities, or that's the sort of gameplay challenges that come up.
Yeah, so before we move on, I think you've got planned it. I just want to say, that was a lot of information there. So please, a round of applause for Mike Brooks, please.
Bueno, ha explicado sobre el entretenimiento, un poco la seguridad, lo que puedes hacer.
Tell us about it, even more information.
Un poco lo que va a haber.
That's kind of some of the core management concepts in the game. But there's this cool layer of
gestionar tu parque,
like managing disasters. So we all know from the movies things don't always go to plan. In fact, they usually don't go to plan.
Mirad.
This is something we really want to kind of represent in the game and have as a kind of engaging gameplay system. So
wow, esto pinta muy bien,
on the islands you'll come across various kind of emergency situations. Like one of them might be heavy tropical storms. It will play havoc for your infrastructure of your park in very obvious ways. They're very bad for you.
Are these in-engine shots again? Sorry.
Oh, these are in-game shots, yeah. So these are taken from the game.
Menudo hype.
Damaging your park.
Mirad el centro de visitantes, es una pasada.
Obviously, when you've got visitors and guests roaming around. And the key thing here is to make this part of the gameplay loop, to make it so that players are trying to mitigate these problems as much as possible. When they happen, they can respond to them and react, which is really cool, and then actually go on and pick up the pieces and keep their business running. So it's a cool kind of counterpoint to the building gameplay that you normally have in management games.
Well, we've seen this tried.
Gameplay management.
People trying to make a Jurassic World. It doesn't usually go very well.
It very rarely goes well. It often goes wrong, but we do want to give the players the opportunity to realise that original Jurassic Park dream of John Hammond and Claire Dearing, and put that inherent peril of looking after giant dinosaurs into the hands of our community, and see what they would do, see how they could manage to run one of those.
But yeah, I mean, you are all clearly fans of the Jurassic lore as well. So how do you go about making sure that lore makes its way into our game as well?
So when we started, before we started making the game, we did a huge amount of research. We rewatched the films over.
Este va a ser el menú.
We have hard jobs.
Parece.
Also visiting fan sites that where people just endlessly analyse the film and just learnt about the lore and the history of the stories that they're told. And we really wanted to make sure that we brought that into the game. So one of the ways that we're doing it, there will be others, but for now we're just talking about is the InGen database. And as you play the game, you unlock little snippets of information. Some of that's helpful to guiding gameplay, but others are all about how things link with
los sitios, archivo, locaciones, génesis, dinosaurios. Es un estudio.
Bioengineering the dinosaurs as well. Is that something? Because in the trailer, you see the lab at the start and the cracking egg, the eye going through. Is that something that we're going to have the dinosaurs all the way from the very beginning? Work with them all the way?
So yeah, you will be bioengineering the dinosaurs yourself. You start at the start. You will be sending fossil dig teams around the world to real-life fossil sites. Getting back your dinosaur bones.
Hay más lugares que en el Jurassic Park. Es un Genesis.
You could even make slight adjustments to the genome to adapt the dinosaur attributes as well. And really it's about, again, trying to key into the science of the movies. It's such a core thing that underpins those films, and we want it to be represented in this game. And of course, once you've kind of got your completed genome, you incubate your dino and let it free in your park.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got another screenshot as well, moving on to the hatchery.
Wow, os voy a quitar la cámara.
Dinosaurs mature enough to be released onto the island.
Esto es un gameplay.
Through the hatchery, but the dinosaurs then are living.
Mirad qué pasada.
Have to look after. I mean, if you remember back in the first film, you got the lovely scene.
Esto es una imagen
the vet Jerry,
de gameplay.
With the sick triceratops, and that can happen if you don't look after those dinosaurs properly. So you need to make sure that you take preventative action, keep them as healthy as possible. But even if you get everything right, as Ian Malcolm says, sometimes life finds a way.
Just need that little nudge every now and again. Round of applause for a movie reference. Yeah, so two, well done, 2 in 1 sentence. I think that we're all very self-obsessed. That's what I was going to say. Now, humans are quite self-obsessed, but of course, the real stars of the show in Jurassic World and Jurassic Park, it's the dinosaurs, isn't it?
It absolutely is the dinosaurs. So while this is a management game at heart, we really wanted to get the dinosaurs right. So when we first
Todos los dinosaurios que van a ver.
to make this game, we set our art targets and our animation targets squarely at the quality of the film. We didn't just want to make the best dinosaurs that we'd seen in video games in the past. We wanted to make some of the best dinosaurs that people have seen, full stop. And that was a nice, crazy high expectation to set my animation team. They enjoyed that. And as we can see here, this is a render of one of the actual in-game assets. This is our Parasaurolophus, and this is exactly the same as the model that you'll see in the actual game. It's an incredibly high level of detail. Our characters really outdone themselves and created truly amazing levels of detail with these. We've worked very closely with our partners at Universal, and they've actually been kind enough to send us some models actually from the Jurassic World films, which we've retopologized and put directly into our game as well. So there's a level of authenticity.
Dinosaurio mola.
That is, it's on par with the films. It's absolutely perfect. And then this is combined with some of the best animators in the industry,
some
incredible audio guys, and some fascinating behavior and locomotion code that's come across to create some of the most believable animals we've ever done. And as Michael alluded to earlier, we've got over 10 years experience of doing animal animation. It's something we do really well. It's the reason I came to Frontier, actually, was when we started working on Connectimals. I was blown away with the kind of animation work that we managed to do there, how believable the animals were in that. And we've managed to take all of that, and this is really the accumulation of all this work. And so we're going to put it all together and hopefully create some creatures in this game that surpass anything Frontier's ever done before.
Well, they look like this, right?
They look like this. Well, this is it. This is the T-Rex
that's pretty
in the game.
amazing.
They've done all right.
Yeah.
They've done all right.
But I'm pretty sure that people might want to see all this come together and maybe have a look at Jurassic World Evolution. Yes? Oh, yes.
Yeah. I
don't know. I think we need a bit more enthusiasm. Do you want to see it?
I can't hear you.
Alrighty then. So what we're going to see now is some in-game footage from one of the islands. It's over Manchester, and some of the incredible stars on the show. Let's have a look.
Vamos a ver el trailer. Wow. Wow. Madre mía. Dios. Wow. Chicos, chicos, hemos visto algo épico. Algo épico hemos visto. Algo épico.
Share more about Jurassic World evolution in the coming months. Of course. Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. So, please, a huge round of applause for our Jurassic World evolution guests here today. Nick Rogers.
Wow.
And Michael Brooks.
Genial, genial, genial. Impresionante. Impresionante.
Very excited. I got to stand on
Pero me ha faltado.
So, next up, it's time for us all to
En la siguiente. La siguiente es Planet Coaster. Vamos a ver Planet Coaster. A ver qué nos dan. Si no sabéis, no sabía que se hacía eso ahora. Eso es nuevo. Sí, ya terminó. La Goman ya terminó. ¿Qué te ha parecido?
Please welcome to the stage lead artist Sam Denny.
Sam Denny. Me voy a quedar durante toda la de esta hasta Elite Dangerous. Y después, si os apetece, os hago un... ¿Qué te va, Goman? Muy bien. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí, por participar y nada, espero que sigas por aquí. Me ha encantado mucho haberte conocido y pues nada, muchas gracias. Yo casi estoy igual. Lo que tengo que decir es que me ha faltado algo. Me ha faltado el control del parque, por lo menos ver una calle. Me ha faltado ahí, necesitaba comida y ha sido genial, lo he visto, me ha encantado esa pequeña introducción al juego con los dinosaurios moviéndose ahí como si tuvieran vida propia. Me ha encantado mucho. Los escenarios son brutales, son geniales. Si queréis, Galgomán, Pedro, todos los demás que estáis, si queréis, por favor, decidme si queréis que os haga un vídeo en el que os explique el juego. Buscaré información y os lo explico. ¿Os gustaría que os lo hiciera? Sí, yo sé, algo más lo he visto. Muchísimas gracias. Hola, Eric. Me voy a quedar durante el evento de Planet Coaster, que es un juego que también tengo y me gusta bastante. Ya tenéis por ahí un... Sí, desde luego. Desde luego que sí. Desde luego que han enseñado algo que no pensaba que lo hicieran. Pensaba yo que algo que no de esto. Pero sí. Ha estado bien, ha estado genial. Lo que sabes eso de decir, es un parque de verdad, tengo gente en el parque, como lo que enseñaron con Planet Coaster al principio, pues me ha parecido muy bien, Pedro. No te preocupes que después de esto me pongo a hacerlo y a ver qué hacemos, ¿no? A ver qué encontramos. También os propongo si queréis que os traiga el Jurassic Park antes de que aparezca el nuevo. Esto tenéis que tener un poco de paciencia porque va con dislike. Creo que son 10 o 15 segundos de dislike, pero bueno, ya me entendéis. Algo, si estás por ahí, te digo lo que dice Ian Malcolm. Que el hype se abra camino. Que tu hype se abra camino. Pues nada, me quedo aquí. Vamos a hablar un poquito sobre Planet Coaster, que es un juego que tengo y también me gusta bastante. Por toda la...
Anyway, the point is, so as a company, we have this incredible drive for authenticity and detail and code and making that work and being efficient and clever with the way that we code it. And then the other side, we've got some incredible,
es un gran juego, un gran...
beautiful artwork to it. And they pound and they swirl at each other and we argue and everything, but neither side wins. It kind of gets together and it makes this beautiful thing. I think that actually Planet Coaster is a real example, it's a pinnacle of that moment. Where we just collaborate.
Claro, Pedro. Es que claro, van enseñando poco a poco, porque hace poco que lo han anunciado. Tienen lo que has visto, lo que viste el primer tráiler, todo eso era cinemática, no era el juego. A ver, puedes hacer algo muy rápido, pero aún le falta desarrollo. Creo que hasta hacerlo todo bien, hasta el febrero, abril, no empezarán a anunciarlo más fuerte. Hacer gameplays, anunciarlo con más potencia. A partir de abril, cosas así. Cuando empiecen los trailers de Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, empezarán los de Frontier a anunciar el juego con más potencia. Ahora mismo lo están metiendo poquito a poco para que tú entres. ¿O qué juras, chico?
Within Frontier, is it a historical band?
It's growing a new generation.
With Planet Coaster, you guys made a tool that allowed so much incredible creativity in the community. I certainly couldn't believe some of the stuff that was actually created as a result of that way back in Alpha when we were first talking about it.
Por favor, si hay gente si hay espectadores que me están viendo y queréis que continúe con Elite, que llegue hasta Elite Dangerous, por favor, decírmelo. Mira, te estamos aquí viendo. Esto de los petardos es una actualización. Esta es una nueva atracción. Mirad los trabajos que hacen. Y yo que no sé hacer ni una simple casita. Wow, mirad este elefante. Wow, el castillito. Hay gente que de verdad se dedica mucho tiempo a esto y de verdad que lo hacen genial. Se pasan horas y horas y horas y horas y horas. Mirad qué hermoso lugar. Caruda. Wow. Lo que le falta a esto es que está... Wow. Estaría genial que hiciera un restaurante, aunque lo pudieran montar a tu solo, o incluso hoteles. Hoteles en Jurassic World tiene que aparecer seguro. Tiene que aparecer seguro. Eric es así. Es muy gracioso. Mirad, esto es guapísimo, ¿eh? Ahí la lava. Hay uno que sigo que hace unos... ¡Wow! Esto sí que mola. ¡Wow! Imagínate esto en la vida real, te mueres. Wow. Wow. Son cosas geniales, brutales. Están genial. Esas son cosas de la comunidad de workshop.
Can I just say, so one of the reasons, there's two reasons actually why that was just a pleasure to watch, and that's obviously the ingenuity of all the people actually making that stuff, but also J.J. Ibsen, Jim Guthrie's music is just wonderful to build to and work. So I'd give them a little crack in.
Yeah, the video itself shows off some absolutely incredible creations. I think there's some of you were actually here today that were featured in that video. I'm not sure if you were actually in the room with us, but anyway, huge round of applause for those guys and people at home. If you're in there, in the chat, say hello. That's me. Similar effect. Amazing. Ridiculous creations. Yeah, it's a joy to see all of these things. As people create them and upload them to Workshop, they get emails around the office and people, there's this like hush in the room. It's like, oh, this amazing things happens, and everybody rushes over and kind of fire off a YouTube video. It's incredible, and it's really, really amazing to see the stuff that people have created.
Sí, ya se nota, Eric.
Tiny building blocks.
Yeah, just how they did it as well. You know, the sheer amount of time. I saw some amazing stuff they did with the sequencing editor we released, and it was just like almost insanity. Like the level of work that's gone into those is unbelievable.
Esto no creo que dure mucho. Están explicando sobre todos los años que ha pasado, su aniversario.
Planet Coaster itself.
¿Qué es lo que...?
Planet Coaster fan. But it's actually that you see things like the Magic Emporium.
Vaya que sí.
It's a working, functional, profitable building in the park. So not only is it beautiful, but you've got something which, you know, even if you're a manager, you can, if you play the game as a manager and you play the sim, you can get that from the Sim Workshop and just use that, and your park is suddenly beautiful. It's the lovely kind of, I think use it symbiosis, or whatever you want to call it, between the creator and the manager. It's worked wonderfully.
That kind of, it's that whole authentic theme park experience, isn't it? If you go to a theme park, they have the most wonderful themed shops, but they are shops there to sell you things, and it just works for that. It's wonderful. So we do have a lot to talk about what's coming next. So I know that we could probably talk all night about some amazing creations people have made, but Sam, you have a bit of a reputation.
What?
Exactly. Spoiler Sam. So Sam.
Oh mate, I resemble that remark.
Yeah. But what's coming up? What's next?
So today, everything we've done for the past couple of months is longer than that, I think, since the dawn of time, basically. We've all been gearing up to the anniversary update. The free 1.4 anniversary update.
1.3.
1.3. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, estoy aquí. Estoy aquí, no me he ido.
We've got loads of new rides.
Están aquí pues hablando ahora mismo.
And some awesome stuff.
Un poco de todo lo que ha pasado desde que se anunció el juego hasta ahora. Ha ocurrido un año.
We've got some very cool things out. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed in an earlier video tonight we had a vendor jumping over the counter of their shop. We have now set vendors.
Esto no lo sabía. Esto que pudiera saltar creo que es nuevo.
Any other member of staff. Now we've done this because all staff now have an energy level. Kind of they do the job. Their energy level goes down and they.
Esto es nuevo. Esto no lo sabía. Yo que pudieran saltar los dependientes, sobre todo ni pasear por la calle.
Really community requested feature. We are really pleased to
announce
the staff management building is coming to Planet Coaster.
Imaginaos una cosa. Si el Planet Coaster ha salido antes que Jurassic World y es de un parque de atracciones, imaginaos cómo puede ser Jurassic World Evolution, el juego. Es que, vamos, hay tantas cosas que vamos a alucinar, y no solo ya con el tráiler. Os voy a explicar todo lo que podría pasar, todo lo que podría haber en el juego, para daros una idea de todo lo que habrá. Y os voy a hacer una comparativa en lo que podría haber en el Jurassic World y lo que hay en el Jurassic Park Operación Genesis. Vais a flipar lo que yo estoy el saldo ahora mismo. Vais a alucinar. Y no lo digo en broma.
The staff management building itself is now where you go to train your members of staff. So instead of training them within their shop or out in the field, they go back to the staff management building to get trained. And we've kind of, as well as this, so your staff in the building, but if they're in the building, they're not manning your shops, right? So the shops that you need to drive your theme park, they're now closed. But as you can see from our lovely little Planco back soon sign here, but you can now hire extra vendors to roster shops to keep them going, or you can move your vendors around. So if you've got a really highly trained vendor and you want to you know, and everybody suddenly wants a Gulpy energy drink, you can send that vendor to that Gulpy store to man it, to sell it faster, to drive your theme park profit. Very cool. I think you were mentioning as well some perks as well that you get. Yeah. So if your park is profitable enough, if you're making enough cash, you can add extra perks to your staff in the staff building. So you can give a perk for, say, faster training or being a better entertainer, and then apply that to the staff who rest up in your building. It does seem like, again, every single time we do an update, we're adding more and more management tweaks and things and updates to Planet Coaster, and each time it adds a layer of
la textura del pantalón.
Works together in a I'm going to use your word, John, symbiotic way.
Thank you.
Yeah. But is it something? Well, basically, is that?
Chicos, ya sabéis, si se os ha gustado, si os ha gustado el Jurassic World, me estáis dando ya una directa. Wow, mirad.
So here we've got a vendor kind of
eso es nuevo, eso lo están diciendo ahora nuevo.
Actually, this time, shut up shop because there's nobody to take over from him. But there's somebody else, maybe they'll be able to take over. Into the staff management building, coming out refreshed and happy. And then, here we go, leaping over the counter and somebody else.
Ahora, estoy harto.
We also have one more thing to say tonight about fan management. That's a much requested community feature that's coming soon, and it is picnic benches. Picnic benches are coming.
¡Oh, eso es nuevo! ¡Ay, qué bien! Por fin lo han añadido. Por fin lo han añadido. Faltaba mucho conseguirlo.
We can just leave this.
Yeah. So how do they actually work? How does it actually play a part in the management? So just to go into the scene. And also, it is genuinely. As John said, we've done it. It's in everything we do. Builds the simulation. People will remember all the way back to those early concept art shots from before the alpha. We've now got it in working the way that it's the way that this is kind of tweaked is so that guests now prefer to eat sitting down, so they will buy their food and then go look for somewhere to sit down.
We're also we're not just giving a couple of picnic benches. We're doing one for each theme, so you can create a variety of picnic benches as well as little parasols that go over to them, canopies and so on. So we've got the whole picnic gamut.
I think we can't wait to see what people do with it.
Picnic demo. Algo de sobre la demo, ¿qué?
We make it live and put it public when we know that it's a really enjoyable feature to use and it feels like a nice complete thing. So yeah, picnic bench.
Who'd have thought so much thought went into picnic bench?
I know. I know.
Well, it seems to bring it all together. You know, all of these features, the staff management building plus the picnic benches, they work together and create that. Just another element of you have to manage where you're placing these things.
Totally. I mean, I lost when we first got like rostered staff in. I lost so much time in trying to work out the best routes and the most immediate ways of getting my staff around the park. And this just adds to that. You know, it teases creators into management and vice versa. You know, the same way the creative tools tease managers into being creators, and you get this really lovely balance to the game. So it's always going to extend that through.
Yeah, I've played it quite a bit with the vendor management side of things, and it does add that level of detail. Like, it feels kind of more like there's more going on under the scene. You know, it's more theme park management stuff, like real theme parks. And it's really quite easily accessible as well. It's nice and.
Well, there's nothing more exciting than kind of like playing with little people, almost like lab rats. So seeing what they're going to do. I don't want to say lab rats, but you're playing with you're playing with life. You're kind of creating an interesting kind of profitable life. That's the whole point. You know, you want to make more profit. You can make more things, and it constantly rolls into that lovely cycle.
Yes, well.
What?
sound.
That was actually a segue.
You mentioned about rides earlier on when we first started here.
Yeah.
So, have we got any new rides coming to the elevator?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, moving on. Next question.
No.
Tiene la hora tonta.
Launch we had, how many, 28 rides on launch.
Disculpadme que no esté muy atenta a Planet Coaster, pero es que también me interesaba, porque han añadido algunas cosas, como que salen los tendederos de sus tiendas y tienen por fin mesitas donde pueden sentarse y hacer una comida. Eso es porque hace mucho tiempo, cuando empezó el juego, empezaron a hacer los gamers, empezaron a poner con piezas, como podían, hacer unas mesas. Hacer pues, ¿cómo se llama eso? Palmeras, parasoles y demás. Y parece que ahora por fin nos han hecho caso y han añadido unas mesitas para que los que vienen al parque, ¿sabéis? Wow, observación es nueva. Puedan hacer que se sienten, por fin.
But it's got this amazing canopy. It's kind of inspired by real life things, and we always put that same level of attention to detail to everything we do. There's all the mechanical elements there, and it's got, we're getting so much better at the light sequencing now, and at night it looks absolutely stunning. So really pleased with that, and the team have done such a great job.
Can you give me again what's the pronunciation of that one?
The Wise One.
Bueno, quería hablar de roller coaster, Tickle World, pero entre Planet Coaster y Tickle World me quedo con Planet Coaster, aunque tiene una cosa muy buena, roller coaster, que el Planet Coaster no lo tiene. Y es poder integrar tus propios objetos al juego.
Again, massive community request. They wanted a water coaster, and we finally managed to suss out how to do one effectively. And I'm really pleased with this one. This came out really beautiful. The track is absolutely stunning, really well made. Again, hats off to the team for that one. And it's
Vaya que sí, Pedro. Haha.
One person likes it.
Pues me parece que sí que se puede, Planet Coaster. Si no es Planet Coaster, me parece que es otro. No recuerdo ahora el nombre. Pero sí, me parece que sí. ¿Vais? Ahora de que termine este de Planet Coaster, os haré un vídeo en el que voy a intentar explicar todo lo posible sobre Jurassic World que he visto yo y, bueno, algunas comparaciones a lo mejor, o eso lo haré en otro vídeo, ya veremos. Y bueno, a ver cómo va la cosa. No voy a decir. También lo hago para una cosa muy chula. Es que más o menos en el centro es donde tendréis todo lo guapo. Tendréis las entrevistas de los desarrolladores, paleontólogos, youtubers, streamings, bloggers. Luego en el medio tendréis todo lo que es un poco de información de Jurassic World, un tráiler y la despedida. Luego esto. Ya como os doy otra vez mil gracias por estar aquí.
Took a long while for us to kind of get to the point where we could actually get the configuration right and make it work, and really pleased. But again, it's another vintage ride. I love these things. They've got such texture, and the sounds on them sound absolutely fantastic. And it's just a beautiful addition to your ride, to your park, and kind of adds, like I say, is another addition to the vintage pack. And lovely rattly coaster, potentially dangerous.
I think that's the thing. What's so lovely about it is it's one of the few rides. Well, I say few, but we've really pulled off the rickety nature.
Me he movido más con saco avispas con la expectación de Jurassic World.
I feel scared. I can feel their fears.
the one wooden track supports in Planet Coaster are standing, but this one is really, really special. See, this especially kind of gets sunset setting through the wooden supports. It looks beautiful. So
yeah,
when
we managed to come up with the wooden coaster design, actual layouts of that, and that was the inversions and then all the supports, morphing, being able to make a procedural wooden coaster was quite a big deal. And weirdly, this one was actually really difficult as well. But we got there in the end, and like we say, we never show anything until it's ready. And we've got one left, and it'll come.
What's this one called again? Sorry.
Hop the Gaps.
Hop the Gaps.
Vamos a ver si activan ya y yo ya terminaré.
And that's not all for coasters, is it? As well, you've got some nice customization options.
Yeah, so you guys might like this one. If you watch closely, you can actually see things changing with your very eyes. So the community basically, for a long time, we had it in alpha that you could actually switch coasters on.
¿Veis? Todo esto son gestiones de atracciones.
On any track, basically. So we kind of looked at it and was like, well, I want a configuration.
Puedes cambiar los colores, cambiar los raíles, cambiar todo lo que quieras.
Which has the same configuration on the right track. So on these big box spline tracks, we've got, you can swap a flying.
Han intentado sacar un juego de esto, el Planet Coaster, intentando no manchar las licencias de los demás. Por ejemplo, no sé. Lo que han intentado es sacar, por ejemplo, pirata, espacial, y ahora no recuerdo cuál más. Tiene pirata, espacial, cosas de Navidad y no sé qué más. Pero ahora han sacado 3 nuevas. No, no creo, Eric. No creo. Luego pondrán, por ejemplo, bueno, eso, ¿no? Que os digo que tiene ahora el Knight Rider, el coche fantástico, y el Monster no sé qué, y el DeLorean, Regreso al Futuro. Eso debe ser que han comprado la licencia y han podido hacerlo. Pero todo va por licencia. Vamos a ver. Yo creo que ya está a punto de acabar.
Throughout the previous updates as well, has just unlocked an extra layer of creativity for the community, for the players, Planet Coaster. And I think this next thing we're going to announce is a bit of a game changer. Yeah, so many years ago, I used to love playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And the thing I really liked doing was creating my own scenarios and sharing them and playing them. Mostly just playing them myself. So I'm proud to announce the Planet Coaster scenario editor is coming in the 1.4 update.
Wow, han creado un escenario editor. Esto es el menú de cuando vas a crear el parque. Y tienes mis parques, tutorial vídeos, creacer, sandbox. Antes no estaba y ahora lo han puesto. Incluso cambio, qué bonito. Cambios de por ejemplo, zonas de hielo, zonas de desierto, zonas tropicales. Esto vale mucho, esto es muy bueno. Los pequeños detalles son los que mejor dan valoración al juego. Los pequeños detalles. Por ejemplo, en Star Wars Battlefront 2, no quería sacarlo, pero tiene una cosa que a mí me llamó mucho. Y es que cuando, por ejemplo, en el nuevo, en el 2, en Takodana, si tú vas corriendo, terminas con las botas llenas de barro. O si te disparan y te cae tierra, todo el cuerpo de los Stormtroopers, todo se llena de basura. Mira, por ejemplo, tienen aquí, le han añadido más investigación. Eso es genial. Lo han cambiado y ahora lo tienes por imagen. Antes era a suerte. Tú le dabas a uno y era suerte. Eso está muy bien. Eso está muy bien, aunque muy mal. Sorteado. Muy buena, Eric. Qué grande eres, tío. Qué grande eres.
The frontier design teams are actually really envious of the tools that you've just been given. So yeah, well done you.
But I've seen this stuff, and for me it feels like as complex as Planet Coaster is, we've just made the usability kind of really nice and easy. But this spans the game tenfold. I've seen looking through this stuff, I'm like, wow, this is a game in itself. Just that stuff. Right?
Well, like you say, 140,000 plus creations on the workshop in terms of design, buildings, and things. So we want to see 140,000 plus design scenarios. Might take a while to play through them, but we've got to get started, right?
I can do them all. I'll do them all.
Sam's got them all.
I want to see insane ones. I want to see ones almost impossible. I want you guys to challenge me and break.
Set the challenge.
But that's the thing, that people are going to get known for their fiendish parks, or just the really beautifully enjoyable scenarios. The kind of finding the hidden secrets for them. Sorry.
I sense a live stream series. Challenge Sam.
Bring it.
That one
bring
down.
it. Yeah, as I say.
Awesome stuff. So, I think.
Si estáis contentos con el directo y queréis que lo deje hasta Elite Dangerous, decírmelo, yo lo dejo. Yo lo dejo, por mí no pasa nada. Si queréis que lo deje para Elite Dangerous, decírmelo, por favor. Que no pasa nada, de verdad. Si os apetece hasta Elite Dangerous. Mira, un trailer, este creo que lo he visto antes. Sobre los petardos. Eso es nuevo también. La carrera de esto parece. Oh, esto es nuevo. Hostia, qué interesante. Han añadido muchas cosas nuevas. De verdad, han añadido grandes cosas. Tengo que probarlo. ¡Oh, los libros! ¿Veis lo que os he dicho? El Monster, el coche fantástico. Eso, las carreras como en PortAventura, la estampida, si no habéis ido, os la recomiendo. Lo queréis dejar ya, Diculiser. Por cierto, muchas gracias por estar aquí. Te lo agradezco mucho. ¿Lo quieres dejar ya, Diculiser? Pues si alguien está de acuerdo, pues por mí lo puedo dejar. Creo que ahora van a hacer Elite Dangerous, creo. Pues si lo queréis dejar, por mí, estoy de acuerdo. Os hago una despedida. Os hago una despedida épica. Oh, mirad, ya ha empezado Elite. Es que ya os digo, por mí no me es problema. Os voy a quitar la cámara. Ah, vale. Tienes dos cuentas. Ah, hostia. Hostia, Pedro, muchas gracias. Te lo agradezco mucho. Si vierais ahora mi cara. Parece una flor ahí. cosa más rara. Algo 3D, ¿no? Optical flares.
Welcome to the stage.
No está mal, no está mal.
Future of Elite Dangerous. Lead designer Sandro Samarco. Director Lawrence Oldham.
Pues nada, si ya nadie quiere seguir, pues por mí lo dejaba. Y nos vemos dentro de un rato. Ahora me pondré a hacer como he dicho antes, haré un vídeo recopilando toda la información que tenemos ahora de Jurassic World y ya está.
Awesome. It's been an amazing year.
Ay, esa ha sido buena. Díselo a Luigi.
Is it still as rewarding and exciting to work on now as it was back then when you first started?
Absolutely, totally. I get to work on an awesome game.
Mira, otro con la camiseta de dinosaurio.
It gets released and then we get to keep going back to it and make
Pues
dramatic improvements.
nada, si los demás no se pronuncian, por mí lo podemos dejar.
So yeah, we're 3+ years deep now on the project, and it's
Si os apetece, ya lo podemos dejar.
engaging me, I think, and
¿Sí?
the rest of the team to just make it better and better and keep adding new things to the game, really. And it's really great. Some of the things that we've been working on for so long get to see the light of day, like the Fargoids recently getting out. Those were really great, and there's loads of other things like that that we can't wait to share.
¿Y qué te dijo?
Talented and dedicated team, it's always a privilege, and seeing the amazing things that they produce, but also the wonderful support and enthusiasm and passion that the community brings to what we do.
Pedro, ¿sí? ¿Te apetece? ¿Salimos ya? ¿Nadie tiene nada que decir? Decidme lo que queráis, yo estoy aquí para lo que sea. Pues
doing what they do best.
A ver, parece que...
Elite Dangerous makes it wonderful for me to come to work in the morning.
la base del juego, como lo han hecho.
People that are so passionate about
Interesante esto.
Everyone is enthusiastic, everyone is committed, everyone's pulling it in the same direction to try and create.
¿Veis? Esto es Maya.
Expansive.
Autodesk Maya. Programa de edición de 3D. Bastante bueno. Bastante bueno.
Something that myself and the entire team pour our hearts and
Lo que a ver qué programa han usado para crear el juego.
They truly love what they're doing. They truly love making this
No sé lo
epic
puedo ver.
space game. It continues to grow. It continues to surprise you.
Segundo, me gustaría que vierais esto porque os puedo decir. ¿Veis? Hay un programa.
The community is just so passionate. It never fails to surprise me.
Esto es un foro. Habrán hecho caso a la gente.
I love their passion. They have just been constantly supporting us.
No sé si sale algo más. Esto es Maya, esto es Photoshop. Esto debe ser el juego, pero es que quiero saber con qué programa lo han hecho. Vale, lo han hecho con un Unreal. Unreal Engine, un programa de creación de videojuegos bastante bueno, pero a su vez bastante cerrado. Lo único bueno que te deja es que te crea un buen ambiente visual, que es brutal. Pues nada, chicos, aquí lo vamos a dejar. Aquí lo vamos a dejar. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Gracias a todos por estar aquí, por suscribiros, por darle al like. Dentro de un rato nos volveremos a ver. Haré un vídeo sobre toda la información recopilada entre esta feria, en la expo y lo que ya teníamos. Y pues nada, como dijo Ian Malcolm una vez, que vuestro hype se abra camino. Adiós.